Welcome everyone to Jimmy John's Field on a nice Sunday afternoon ball game between the Eastside Diamond Hoppers and the Utica Unicorns. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here for the call.
And Brian, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we got the Unicorns and the Hoppers going at each other, and usually when these two teams face off, it turns into quite a slugfest, Dan.
Yes, it does. And you know, the last time these two teams faced each other was it was the 30th, which was last Saturday, and the Hoppers ended up getting the win 7-6.
Yeah, that was a ninth inning comeback there by that was an extra innings affair that the Eastside Diamond Hoppers ended up coming out on top of. They made a comeback in the game and then pushed it to extra innings.
Yes, it was it was Sunday. I got my days mixed up a little bit. It was Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it was Cody Brown on the mound for the Unicorns on that game and Keast on the mound for the Hoppers. And neither of them really did all that well in the starting role. It was again just another slugfest overall.
Yes, it was.
It was John Kraft for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, Dan, that had 3 RBIs in that ball game. He had a 2-run inside the park home run and then a solo shot in the 4th to add on to that. He had 3 RBIs in that ball game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And I'd like to say that stole the show, but then Nico Lolio himself had 3 RBIs for the Unicorns. He had a 2 RBI double and an RBI single. Greg Jones, the catcher, had himself 2 RBIs in that ballgame an RBI in that ballgame with a single. As well did Erlinson. He had himself an RBI walk too, and that is going to sum up the scoring along with Sprague's RBI base hit in the 10th inning. The Unicorns try to make a comeback in the bottom of the 10th, but unfortunately were unable to do so. And that is what caused it. That's what ended up having the Hoppers win that ball game. It was the Eastside Diamond Hoppers who scored 2 in the 10th inning, Dan, and they were due to wild pitches as well. No one got the RBIs. Tom Constant came in for the Unicorns in the 10th inning and threw a couple wild pitches. Ended up striking out the side, so it was a bit of a bizarre 10th inning. The California runner at the second base ended up coming around to score. That was Trevor Achenbach at second due to a wild pitch. Then another wild pitch scored Joe Maroney from second base as well, or third base, I should say. And that was the 2 runs. So no RBIs in the 10th inning, but the Unicorns ended up falling to the Hoppers in that ball game 7-6.
Now, Brian, both of these teams are coming off of losses from this weekend, and it came early when the Hoppers lost Friday night against the Beavers 5-4. Carl Bryce had the blown save, and also the Unicorns, who played last night, losing 2-0 to the Westside Woolly Mammoths.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough outing. Carl Bryce, last time these two teams played as well, gave up 1 earned run in an inning and 2/3 he pitched. So he's going to be hoping, if he gets a call here today to pitch, hopefully he'll improve a little bit on that. Dan, I'm gonna ask you, who are you picking for your player of the game?
I'm going to go with Nico Lolio this afternoon.
Nico Lolio is a pretty solid pick, Dan. He has 36 games played with 108 at-bats, 24 hits, 25 RBIs, and 5 home runs. He's batting .222 now. Had himself a multi-hit game last night with 2 base hits as well. So that batting average is coming up slowly. Last night he was batting, I believe, .202. So it came up 20 points, I believe, since last night. So
now, who are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with John Kraft. He had those 2 home runs last time these two teams played each other. So I'm banking on the fact that he can carry that momentum into this game. He's got 22 games played, 60 at-bats, 16 hits, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a batting average of .267. So he's a very good. He hits for a little bit of power as well. So look for him to do some damage here tonight or this afternoon.
What about Steve, our writer?
Well, Steve, our writer, is going to go with the shortstop Ricky Castro of the Hoppers, while Johnny G, our PA announcer, who wanted in on our little player of the game scheme, decided to go with John Macon. And John Macon now leads the league in home runs for active leaders.
Does. And the batting average as well. So, but we have a great pitching matchup as well this afternoon. We have Troy DeShazier going up against Donnie Murray.
Now, Troy DeShazier this season has an ERA of 7.10, but he hasn't been – it's inflated because of 2 poor outings where he gave up 7 earned runs and 5 earned runs. He's kind of like Justin Verlander this season, where his ERA is a little bit up there because of a couple bad outings. He's not as bad as that ERA shows, and let's hope that he can keep things rolling here in today's ball game and really start bringing that ERA down. Meanwhile, the starting lineups are happening here at Jimmy John's Field, so I'll send it down to the field for that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are there any Eastside Diamond Hopper fans in the house tonight? Well, here they are, your home team, the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, managed by Paul Noji. Leading off and batting first from the Dominican Republic, the shortstop, number 7, Ricky Castro. Batting second from Virginia Beach, Virginia, the second baseman, number 2, Cam Stewart. Batting third from Elmhurst, Illinois, the right fielder, number 12, John Mencken. The fourth hitter from Draper, Utah, today's designated hitter, number 8, Mark Kruger. Batting fifth from Brooklyn, New York, the first baseman, number 21, Esteban Gomez. Batting sixth from Nutley, New Jersey, the left fielder, number 24, John Pratt. The seventh batter from Spring Creek, Nevada, the third baseman, number 1, Trevor Achenbach. Batting eighth from Tallahassee, Florida, the catcher, number 4, Kyle Figueroa. Batting ninth from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the center fielder, number 10, Ian Mikowski. The starting pitcher today for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, number 14, Torrey DeShazer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Veterans and active military may keep your caps on while rendering the hand salute as we honor America and our military with the singing of our national anthem, performed today by Yvonne Walker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail, and the twilight's
Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here as we get ready for this 135 first pitch between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. And Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup one more time for the Utica Unicorns as we get closer to the first pitch?
I would love to. Leading off, the shortstop, Brett Belkin. Batting second, the third baseman, Dylan Sprague. Batting third, the designated hitter, Willie Martin. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Nico Lolio. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Tony Roselli. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Tanner Levine. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Justin Erlinson. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Connor Reynolds. And batting ninth, the catcher, Chris Allen. Defensively for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers this afternoon, out in left you have John Kraft. In center you have Ian Mikowski. In right you have John Macon. At third you have Trevor Achenbach. At short you have Ricky Castro. At second you have Cam Stewart. Out at first you have Esteban Gomez. Doing the catching behind the plate is Cal Figueroa. And on the mound this afternoon for the Hoppers is Torrey DeShazer.
Torrey DeShazer, who, like we were saying in the pregame, has, despite -2 starts, has actually been really good this season. His last start, he only went three innings, gave up a lot of walks. If he can cut down on those walks, he would have been money on the mound because he only gave up 1 hit through those 3 innings and struck out 4. But those 7 walks really killed his pitch count.
Yes, it really can.
So he's been a couple of rough outings here and there that have really inflated that ERA to 7.10 where it sits now. So if he has a good outing here, it'll help bring that down. And it's just been, like I said, just a few rough outings for him. Meanwhile, Donnie Murray has been fantastic on the mound for the Unicorns.
Yes, he has, Brian. He has come in relief, and he also has started for them as well.
Donnie Murray got the start on August 1st, which was Tuesday for them. He only went 3 innings in that game and gave up no earned runs, only walked 1, struck out 3, and no hits. So it was just a short affair for him. He's pitching here today coming in with a 3.13 ERA. As Brett Balkin will stand in to face off against Torrey DeShazer for the first batter of this ball game. And the first pitch is going to be a strike, and this game is underway now, starting at 1:33 p.m. 0-1 now on Brett Balkin.
A little crowdy here at the ballpark this afternoon.
As the 0-1 comes in, it's be a ball outside. Yeah, Dan. It's cloudy. It's about 76 degrees here at game time. A little bit warmer than yesterday. Yes, we've had a pretty cool weekend after a Thursday. But in the forecast for today is supposed to be some inclement weather, but it keeps getting pushed back, so we're just hoping that it keeps being pushed back until the game's ended. As it's 2-1 now on Balkin.
Brett Balkin's hitting .308, has 36 hits and 8 RBIs for the Unicorns.
It's going to be a fastball outside, 3-1 now. Yeah, the Unicorns played in last night's ball game.
Didn't see much from them at all.
Yeah, only 4 hits for them altogether last night. Brett Balkin went 0 for 5. He did reach, or 0 for 4, I apologize. He did reach first on a fielder's choice, though. That one will be in there for a strike. DeShazer relying on that fastball here and is facing off against Balkin to start the ball game.
In his last 2 appearances in the ball game last night, he struck out, unfortunately.
So DeShazer sets on the mound. Here comes the 3-2. It's going to be a ball outside. Only fastballs to Balkin in this at-bat, and that'll be a walk to start the ball game. You don't want to lead off the game with a walk, that's for sure.
No, you do not. And Torrey DeShazer needs to watch the walks because that really hurt him in his last outing, like we were saying.
Yeah, those 7 walks is what pulled him out of the game after just 3 innings. So now it's going to be Dylan Sprague who will step in.
He's sitting .281, has 9 hits, a home run, and 9 RBIs this season.
So first pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball low, 1-0 now. Brett Balkin down there at first base has a lot of speed, so DeShazer's going to want to keep an eye on him at first base, as they might try and let him take off for second. And there he goes. Brett Balkin running down second. The throw from Figueroa is going to be on the money, but not in time as Balkin gets in there with his speed. So it's going to be a stolen base for Brett Balkin.
And Brian, let me tell you something. It's great to see Kyle Figueroa behind the plate for the Hoppers this afternoon after what happened to him last Sunday.
Yeah, last Sunday he left the game. It was apparent that he was injured as he was limping to the mound to talk with, at the time, Tanner Keast. And the next inning he had an infield base hit, or an error. I think he reached on an error, I apologize. And he was down there at first base just on the ground in pain. He ended up, I saw him after the game, and he was on crutches with some gauze wrapped around his ankle. I asked him how he was doing. He said he was going to be all right. So it's good to see him back behind the plate.
Yes, it is.
We found out later that in his at-bat before that, he had fouled a ball off his ankle, and that's when the pain really started. DeShazer taking a look at Balkin at second. Here comes the 2-0. It's going to be a ball low, 3-0 now. Another fastball from DeShazer at 91.
Troy DeShazer's got to be careful. Doesn't want to walk his second batter in this first inning.
Yeah, he seems to be struggling hitting the strike zone here to start the ball game. On 9 pitches, he's thrown 7 balls. As the 3-0 pitch comes in, and that is going to be ball 4, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Dylan Sprague. We got runners at first and second now with no outs in the top of the first. So now Willie Martin will stand in. He had his debut with the Unicorns last night.
And he had his first hit as well, and that came in the 5th inning.
Yeah, he got his first hit, but he also had a couple lapses defensively. He had 2 errors over there at first base, and today's DHing. Him and Levine are probably going to take turns at first base as they're both first basemen. Willie Martin's DHing today. He's got runners at first and second. He's got an opportunity here for an RBI. That'll be his first with the Unicorns in the USPBL, as the first pitch to him is going to be an off-speed pitch high, 1-0.
And like I mentioned last night, he's wearing Tara Jellikowski's old number 19.
Yeah, it's a lot to live up to. Jellikowski, before leaving with the Minnesota Twins organization, was the league leader in home runs. They're going to throw back to second base, but Balkin is going to be in there just in time. There's a good job there by Castro to get over to the plate or the base in time. But Brett Balkin just barely beat the throw. So DeShazer sets on the mound. As the 1-0 comes in, and that'll be a ball low. 2-0 now, and DeShazer still only to this point thrown 2 strikes and against his first 3 batters faced. So that, if I'm Paul Noce, I know it's still early, but that'd still be a little bit concerning.
Yes.
The 2-0 comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike. And the lower third of the strike zone, 2-1. Another fastball there from DeShazer. I've only seen him throw 1 or 2 off-speed pitches to start this ball game. The pitch there from DeShazer is going to be a ball low, and it'll be 3-1 now. Looked like he went with the curveball there.
And it looks like Kyle Figueroa shaking up a little bit.
I wonder if that ankle is still bothering him at all. So runners at first and second with no outs here in the top of the first inning. And it's 2-2 as that last pitch got in there as a strike, apparently. Here comes the 2-2. Oh, he's going to ground that one towards the shortstop Castro. They're going to get the runner at second, and the throw down to first will be in time. He bounced that one in the dirt, but he turned the double play nonetheless.
Yeah, good scoop there by Esteban Gomez.
So that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play that Willie Martin just hit into, and that's going to leave just Brett Balkin at third base. So Nico Lolio will stand in after having a pretty successful night at the plate last night.
Yeah, he had 2 hits.
Yeah, he went 2 for 3 in that ball game with 2 base hits and a walk before being pinch hit for in the 9th inning due to matchup. That'll be a strike on the inner third of the plate, 0-1.
Yeah, me and you really thought he was going to come in clutch as well because he's known as coming in clutch in the type of situation the Unicorns were in that bottom half of the ninth inning.
Yeah, Mitchell Price ended up pinch hitting for Lolio, and that was just because there's a lefty on the mound and they wanted the matchup, as that's going to be a curveball outside, 1-1.
Nico Lolio is hitting .222 this season, has 24 hits, 5 home runs, and 25 RBIs.
He's on that steady climb back up to a good average. He's been hitting a lot more consistently as of late as well. As that one's going to be fouled off on the left side. One for two now, or 1 and 2. Brett Balkin still down there at third base with 2 outs. Unicorns trying to take an early lead here in the top of the first inning. Balkin led off the ball game with a walk after fighting himself into a 3-2 count. Comes the 1-2 from DeShazer. That's going to be just kind of nubbed down the third base line, and it's going to roll foul.
Ooh, barely.
Before reaching third, and good thing too, because Lolio was charging down that first baseline, and it was going to be a tough play at first if Achenbach was going to get there. So it'll remain 1-2 now. I was talking to Lolio before the game, and he was saying that, yeah, he had a multi-hit game yesterday, but there were a couple of bleeders, but he said with his average where it's at, he was just going to take them any way he could get them right now. And I mean, base hits are base hits.
Yes.
As long as you're getting on base, you're doing something productive for your team. So DeShazer sets on the mound. Here comes the 1-2 again, and that's going to be just outside. 2-2. Count will fall even. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. There's a runner at third base. Willie Martin hit into a double play. The batter before Lolio. Lolio's going to call for time.
Now the Unicorns had men in scoring position last night back in the first, but unable to capitalize.
They had a bases loaded situation also later in that ballgame. They weren't able to bring anyone home on. No one's bats, not even the Hoppers, not even the Mammoths bats really doing anything as Lolio pops that one way high up in the air in a foul territory. Figueroa underneath it will make the catch as he comes tumbling down. And that's going to end the inning. So the Unicorns end up getting stranded on the base paths as they leave a runner at third base. And we go to the bottom half of the first inning where due up for the Hoppers will be Ricky Castro, Cam Stewart, and John Mencken. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the first inning where the Hoppers will take their first swings of the matchup. It's going to be Danny Murray who takes over the mound. Dan, why don't you go through the starting lineup for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as they get ready for their first pitch?
I would love to. Leading off, the shortstop, Ricky Castro. Batting second, the second baseman, Cam Stewart. Batting third, the right fielder, John Mencken. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Mark Kruger. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Esteban Gomez. Batting sixth, the left fielder, John Kraft. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Trevor Achenbach. Batting eighth, the catcher, Kyle Figueroa. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Ian Makowski. Defensively for the Utica Unicorns this afternoon, out in left, you have Nico Lolio. Out in center, you have Tony Roselli. In right, you have Justin Erlinson. At third, you have Dylan Sprague. At short, you have Brett Belkin. At second, you have Connor Reynolds. At first, you have Tanner Levine. Doing the catching behind the plate is Chris Allen. And on the mound, once again for the Unicorns this afternoon, is Donnie Murray.
He ate a short start his last time out with 3 innings pitched. Gave up no earned runs and no hits. Only walked 1 batter and struck out 3, as he has a nice return to form.
Yeah, in 69 innings pitched, Donnie Murray has given up 54 hits, 33 runs, and 24 in which were earned. Has given up 23 walks, has 72 strikeouts, has 3 wins and 3 losses of the season, with an ERA of 3.13.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of amazing on the mound for the Utica Unicorns. He's got a big hole to fill, too, with Randy Dominic signing with the Minnesota Twins organization as well. He's now their ace in their starting rotation. So now Ricky Castro will stand in to take his first swings in this ball game.
Steve, our writer, went with him this afternoon at his player of the game.
Yeah, so far Ricky Castro this season has 35 games played, 142 at-bats with 43 hits, no home runs, 12 RBIs at a batting average of .303. So he's been very solid in that leadoff position for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers.
At one point this season, he had that long hitting streak going for the Hoppers.
Yeah, he's got the record for the longest hitting streak with the USPBL, and I believe that's at 19 games. As the first pitch to Castro is going to be a ball 1-0. He's going to lay off that pitch, but it's going to be in there for a strike, just barely hitting the outer third of that plate, 1-1. Good fastball location there from Donnie Murray. So 1-1 comes in. He's going to show bunt, but pull it back. 2-1 now. Sprague down there at third base, playing a little shallower than usual, getting ready in case Castro decides the bunt. He's going to foul that one off, however, and that'll get near the Unicorns' dugout. Count's going to fall even 2-2.
The pitch from Murray was way inside, but got Castro to swing at it anyways.
The 2-2 comes in. That's going to be a strike on the outside corner, and he rings up Ricky Castro to start this ball game.
Didn't take long for Murray to get his first strikeout in the ball game.
There's nice placement there on that fastball. He went back there to that outside corner. Ricky Castro laid off that last time, so he decided to see if he'd lay off it again, and he does, and catches Ricky Castro looking.
Here comes a red-hot bat in the Hoppers lineup, Cam Stewart.
Yeah, Cam Stewart's been very good so far this season with the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. He's second in active leaders for home runs, and I believe he's second in the league for average as well. And that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0 now.
Yeah, he's hitting .336. That's 43 hits, 7 home runs, and 28 RBIs.
Last Sunday when these two teams faced off, Dan, he went 1 for 5 in that game with a base hit and a walk. So that's going to be a strike, 1-1. Fouls that one off. As we get ready for the 1-1 here. That's going to be just a little bit low for a ball, 2-1.
In the game on Friday, he went 1 for 3, had a double back in this inning in that ball game.
He's going to fly that one towards right field. On the run is Levine. It's in foul territory, and it's going to drop down. And that's going to make the count fall even now at 2 apiece. So we got one out here with a 2-2 count and no men on for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. The Utica Unicorns threatened the first inning, getting a runner all the way to third base, but weren't able to bring him home as Nico Lolio popped out to the catcher Kyle Figueroa behind home plate.
And that was Brett Belkin, who was over there at third.
Yeah, he led off the inning with a walk. There were 2 walks that inning from Torrey to Shazer. Luckily, Willie Martin hit into a double play, and that got one of the runners off the 2 of the runners off the base paths as the 2-2 comes in. Ooh, that's going to be a ball just inside. Cam Stewart thought about swinging, but laid off, and it'll be 3-2. So full count now on Cam Stewart. It's a dangerous hitter to have a full count on. The pitch from Murray is in, and that's going to be a fastball just a little bit outside. That's going to draw a walk for Cam Stewart. So now Johnny G, our PA announcer's pick for player of the game, John Mankin will stand in. A little bit of a softball pick.
Yeah, I couldn't blame him for picking him. He's hitting .352, has 44 hits, 8 home runs, and 26 RBIs this season for the Hoppers.
Yeah, he's the active leader in home runs for the league, and he's also got the highest average in the league right now, too. So when you're talking about threats at the base, at the home plate, and there's not a bigger one than him. Hit that two-run home run the other day. They give him that lead in home runs. So that's the strike 0-1 now. That was that jack to left field. Well, that's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to get away from Allen, and running to second base is Cam Stewart, and he'll get in there safely.
Yeah, that was a 2-run shot that Macon had. And that was back last week.
So runner at second base now. John Macon can bring him home and give his team the early lead here. As Murray sets on the mound. The 1-1 pitch comes in. It's going to be a ball inside. Goes back to the fastball again. 2-1. It's going to be a foul ball out of play, and the count's going to fall even 2-2. So with the runner at second base, is one out here on the 2-2 count on John Mankin. Swing and a miss there by John Mankin. And Donnie Murray is going to dust off Mankin here for his second strikeout of the ball game.
That was a huge strikeout for him as well.
Yeah, he manages to get out John Mankin, who's the most dangerous hitter in the league right now.
So 2 strikeouts and a walk for Murray this inning.
So now Mark Kruger will step in with 2 outs and a man on second, as Eastside Diamond Hoppers still looking to take the lead here. Kruger back on Friday when the Hoppers played last. He went 1 for 4 in that ball game with a base hit. As he takes for a ball 1-0. It's a fastball again there from Murray.
Kruger's hitting .259, has 21 hits, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs.
That 1-0 pitch can be right over the heart of the plate. 1-1. The 1-1 comes in. Swung on a miss there. Big rip by Mark Kruger as he misses on that fastball from Murray. Now a 1-2 count on him with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Still a scoreless tie here in the bottom of the first inning. Unicorns threatened first in the top of the first inning, but weren't able to bring anyone home as the Hoppers try to not do that here. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be just barely fouled in the net behind home plate. Kruger barely getting a piece of that one to stay alive. It's a good crowd on hand here on Sunday.
Yes, it is, Brian.
Last night was a packed ballpark as well.
Oh, yeah. That hill out and right was packed, and it is real packed today as well.
The 1-2 pitch comes in. It's going to be fouled into the netting behind home plate. So the count will remain at 1-2. Kruger hitting in the cleanup spot today. He did so on Friday as well. Kruger trying to stay alive here. Has been following off a couple of fastballs here as the 1-2 comes in. That one's going to miss just outside and a little bit low. 2-2, the count falls even. Murray attacking Kruger pretty relentlessly with fastballs, it seems.
Yeah. And, you know, Paul Nochi's going with a rather similar lineup as Friday night, besides the additions of Trevor Achenbach and Figueroa in the lineup this afternoon.
Yeah, it was Oliver behind the plate back on Friday as the 2-2 comes in. Swing and a miss there, and he strikes at the side. Donnie Murray gave up one walk, but struck out the side, and that's going to leave that runner in scoring position as we go to the top of the second inning. The Utica Unicorns will come up to bat with Tony Roselli to lead things off. On him will be Tanner Levine, Justin Erlinson. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please direct your attention towards home plate. We are proud to introduce Jeff and Chelsea. And Jeff and Chelsea have been blessed and are expecting an addition to their family. And with the help of Diamond Hoppers Casey Chenoweth, we are about to find out whether their bundle of joy is going to be a boy or a girl.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top half of the second inning. We're due up for the Utica Unicorns. Is going to be Tony Roselli, the center fielder.
Torrey DeSazier had a little rough start in the first, gave up 2 walks, but was able to get out of it.
Yeah, that double play from Willie Martin really helped things out as Willie Martin hit into a double play. That put the runner at third base in Brett Balkin, but then he managed to get Nico Lolio to pop out behind home plate to the catcher, Figueroa.
Now Tony Roselli, who's up at the plate right now, he's hitting 174, has 8 hits, a home run, and 2 RBIs.
Tony Roselli in the ball game on the ball game last night, I guess I could say on Saturday. He was 1 for 4 in that ball game with a base hit, and that's about it. There wasn't much offense in last night's ball game, however. So
the only we seen the spark was from Alex Abbott's bat, and that was in the third for the Woolly Mammoths.
Yeah, that was that 2-run home run from Alex Abbott.
I mean, Cody Brown had a great outing besides that bad location of pitch he threw to Abbott, but it was a little bit a fast-paced game, that I could say.
So now the first ball to Roselli is going to be, well, a ball out inside 1-0. As DeShazer looks to have a clean inning here as he gets Roselli swinging there on that curveball, 1-1.
Yeah, Roselli, like you mentioned, had a hit in last night's ball game, and that came back in the 4th inning.
He's going to hit that one towards center field. Mikowski coming in will make the catch. Hard hit ball there by Tony Roselli, but unfortunately he hit it right to Mikowski in center.
Now batting for first baseman number 22, Tanner Levine.
So now Tanner Levine will stand in. He made his debut last night with the Unicorns.
He walked twice in the ball game.
Yeah, he's still without a hit, but he showed some good patience at the plate, drew a couple walks.
Yeah, last night he was the DH. This afternoon he is the first baseman for the Unicorns.
Yeah, both he and Martin have the ability to play first base, and so you can definitely see them switching back and forth. Martin got the start at first last night as the first pitch to Levine is going to be fouled off, 0-1. No one pitch is going to be a nubber back to the mound. DeShazer has it, will toss down to first, and it was a little bit of a high throw, but Gomez was able to keep his foot on the bag, and that'll be the second out here as DeShazer has a quick first 2 outs.
Yeah, he's having a really good start this inning instead of last inning.
So now Justin Erlinson will come to bat. He's moved up in the lineup a few spots as he was batting in the 9-hole last night. He's batting 7th today.
Yeah, he went 1 for 4. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd inning. My correction, 0 for 3.
As the 1-0 comes in, he's going to foul that one down the right side. 1-1 now.
Robertson's hitting 167, has 3 hits and an RBI for the Unicorns.
DeShazer sets on the mound. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. He's going to foul tip that one off of Figueroa. Figueroa's going to have to walk that one off, and he's just getting beat up these past couple weeks.
Yeah, he has.
He 1-2.
Yeah, last Sunday was just unfortunate to see him come out of the ball game.
It was a rough game between he and Cruz both coming out of the ball game.
And definitely 2 guys that were missing from the Hoppers.
We also had a bit of a scare with Balkin at short that game too, but he ended up being all right and stayed in the game. The 1-2 pitch comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike, and Troy DeShazer is going to strike out Erlinson looking to end the 2nd inning, and he has himself a 1-2-3 inning.
Great bounce back inning for DeShazer.
So we're going to go to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. It's going to be Esteban Gomez, John Kraft, and Trevor Achenbach. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom of the second inning. Denny Murray back on the mound after a quick rest. Troy DeShazer came out in the top half of the second, had a 1-2-3 inning, so no rest for the weary, I suppose.
Esteban Gomez in the game on Friday night went 0 for 4.
Yeah, he grounded out 3 times in that ball game. Just had a tendency to roll over on those pitches, as that's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1.
He's hitting .256, has 32 hits, 3 home runs, and 24 RBIs.
So the 0-1 pitch comes in. It's going to be driven hard towards the gap in left center. Charging in is Lolio, and he'll make the catch, as he had to catch that one on the run. So Nico Lolio with a good running grab out in left field will be the first out here of the bottom of the second. So my pick for player of the game, John Kraft will step in. Kraft had 2 home runs last Sunday.
Yeah, one was an inside park home run, and then one was a official one to right.
Yeah, it was a 2-run home run for the inside the park one, and then a solo shot in his very next at-bat. So he gets good wood on that one and hits it towards the gap in left center. And nice sliding play there by Lolio. And Lolio getting a good workout there in left field.
Yes, he is.
Covering some good ground and sliding on his knees to make that catch. So now Trevor Achenbach will stand in. He has Thief by OK as his walk-up song. And
love it.
I really love that saxophone with a little bit of electronic beat to it.
I'm telling you, I was listening to that song all week long. I don't know about you, Brian.
Yeah, I actually bought, because of his walk-up song, I have it on my iPhone now, and I just love the song so much. The first pitch comes in, there'll be a ball inside, 1-0.
He made his debut last Sunday for the Hoppers. Went 3 for 4, had 2 home runs and 3 RBI. Oh, no, actually, wrong guy, sorry.
It's all right.
He had a walk. He went 0 for 4.
Meanwhile, he hits that one to Balkan as short and a toss down to first base. So Donnie Murray's going to respond to DeShazer's with DeShazer's 1-2-3 inning with a 1-2-3 inning of his own. So we're going to go to the top of the third inning, where due up for the Utica Unicorns is going to be Connor Reynolds, Allen, and then Brett Balkan. It's still a 1-2. It's still a scoreless tie here. Jimmy John's Field. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the third inning, where due up for the Utica Unicorns is Connor Reynolds. Connor Reynolds didn't get the start at
No,
second base for the Utica Unicorns in last night's ball game. It was Mike Rampone. Rampone in that ball game struck out 3 times and walked once.
Yeah, Connor Reynolds hitting 286, has 14 hits and 7 RBIs for the Unicorns.
As they were waiting for fans to filter off out there in right field as they were taking a group picture. DeShazer sets on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. It's going to be a strike in there. Good fastball location there from DeShazer as Reynolds lays off 0-1. He's going to check his swing on that one. The first base umpire is going to say he didn't go, so it'll be a ball 1-1. Try to get him with that curveball that broke outside the plate. Fastball there is going to get away from Figueroa, but nobody on base, so no harm done. 2-1. DeShazer had a rough first inning. He walked the first 2 batters he faced.
But he bounced back
Yes,
in the second.
He most certainly did. He had a 1-2-3 second inning, and Donnie Murray had his own as well. Both starting pitchers seeming to find their groove there in that second, as that's going to be a ball low and away. It's going to be 3-1 now. As the pitch from DeShazer comes in, and that's going to be fouled into the netting behind home plate. It's always amusing when the foul ball comes into the netting and watch all the fans jump.
Yeah, I used to do that in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, it was always one of the things I'd always make fun of you for. But as soon as you finally got used to it, as that one's going to be fouled in the netting again. It was Ricky Castro, I believe it was, the other day who had that 19-pitch at bat.
We were wondering when was it going to end.
Yeah, he had a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and every time he fouled another one off, and he seemed to constantly follow it off the left side. He was getting applause from the fans. He's going to hit that one back in the middle. DeShazer barely gets out of the way of that one. And it's going to be a base hit for Connor Reynolds as he grounds that one up the middle.
And DeShazer probably saw the light flash before his eyes there.
He had to act quickly to get out of the way of that one. And so now the catcher, Chris Allen, will come up to the plate.
Chris Allen is only hitting 143, has 2 hits and an RBI for the Unicorns.
Breaking for second base is Connor Reynolds. The throw in is not going to be in time as that's bounced in the infield grass before it gets the catch. It's going to be a stolen base for Connor Reynolds.
That is now 2 stolen bases this afternoon for the Unicorns.
So Chris Allen now all of a sudden has a chance for an RBI with a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss there. And it's going to get away from Figueroa, but Reynolds is going to stay at second base. Allen went fishing for that one, as that was a pitch way outside.
He's probably shaking his head on that one as well.
So 0-2 now on Allen. So runner at second base. DeShazer looks back to second base. Keep an eye on Reynolds, and here comes the pitch. He's going to take that one for a ball outside, 1-2. Thought about swinging, but the curveball broke away.
Chris Allen's from Louisville, Kentucky.
So the 1-2 comes in. It's going to be a ball low, so the count's going to fall even now at 2 apiece. The 2-2 comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike right over the heart of the plate. Nice location there on that breaking ball.
Yes, it was, Brian. That's Torrey DeShazer's second strikeout this afternoon.
And he's going to catch Chris Allen looking for the first out here. And now Brett Balkin will stand in.
He walked back into first and had a stolen base as well.
Yeah, he made it all the way to third base before the inning finally ended when Nico Lolio popped out behind home plate. Only got 8 RBIs in the season, but he's got a chance for his 9th one here, as it's going to be Connor Reynolds still at second base after stealing it.
He's hitting .308.
The first pitch of the second at-bat for Balkin comes in, and that'll be a strike low and inside 0-1. Nice fastball location there from DeShazer.
Are you struggling with that now, like I would have been?
Apparently so. Corner infielders are playing in. This will be a ball outside, 1-1. Balkin may bunt to try and advance the runner to third base. See, 1-1 comes in, and that'll stay low, 2-1, although he's not showing bunt, so. Shazer on the mound, takes a look back at Reynolds at second. See, 2-1 comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike, and he takes that curveball, front doored him with it, too.
Brett Balkin didn't really agree with that call from the ump.
Well, that's going to happen from time to time, as you're not going to agree with every call. Umpires aren't perfect, and neither are the players. The 2-2 comes in. He's going to hit that one towards the gap in right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And they're going to hold Reynolds at third base as Brett Balkin gets on here in the third with a base hit.
So perfect chance here now for the Unicorns to get on the board.
As he just kind of flares that one over the head of Cam Stewart at second base and lands it out there in right field for a base hit.
Runners at the corner now.
So prime opportunity for Dylan Sprague.
He walked his first time up.
Figueroa comes out and signals to his infielders so they know what to do. They get a ground ball here. Don't be surprised if they try to cut that runner down at home.
Ooh.
That's going to be a ball inside, 1-0. They also have the double play as an option as well.
On that pitch, Dylan Sprague had to get out of the batter's box.
Looks like Castro and Stewart out there are playing for the double play. Throw down to first base, but Balkin gets back in safely. Another throw down to first. DeShazer probably hoping for a ground ball out of Sprague right here so they can turn the double play and end the threat. Still a scoreless tie here in the top half of the third inning between these two teams. These two teams that normally tend to slug things out. See, 1-0 comes in. Be a ball outside, 2-0.
Yeah, earlier this season they had that long game, but a 17-15 scoring as a final.
Yeah, the Unicorns ended up winning that one. It was the highest scoring game in USPBL history. And it's going to be a ball low, so 3-0 now on Sprague. Doesn't seem to want to give him much to work with.
Troy DeShazer want to be careful here. Doesn't want to walk his third batter in this ball game.
He's got Willie Martin coming up next, and Willie Martin hit into a double play back in the first inning. As that one's going to be outside, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Sprague, and that'll load the bases.
Now, Willie Martin had his first USPBL career hit last night ball game, and that came in the 5th. Perfect chance here. Get some runs on the board for his Unicorns, as the stables are full of them.
So runners at first, second, and third base here with one out in the top half of the 3rd inning. They left the bases loaded last night, and that was in the 4th when Brett Balkin grounded out. And that one's going to come inside Martin. Be 1-0. Try to front door him with the curveball. That one's going to be hit towards right field. On the run is Mencken. He's backing up on the edge of the warning track. Will make the catch. The runner from third, Connor Reynolds, is going to tag up and score. That's going to be a sac fly RBI for Willie Martin.
That's his first RBI in his USPBL career.
Not a bad way to get it. Sac fly RBI. Someone get him that baseball. And so now Nico Lolio will stand in with runners at the corners.
He flew out to the catcher, Figueroa, his last time up.
There's 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Yeah, that was that weak pop-up behind home plate. He had a runner at third base at that time, so let's see if here with his second opportunity with runners in scoring position, he can make something happen. This is an opportunity to extend the lead for the Unicorns. Willie Martin made good contact in that baseball, but it just died off on the warning track. First pitch comes in. He's going to hit that one towards right field. John Mencken coming in. It'll bounce in front of him, and it'll land, and that's going to be an RBI base hit for Nico Lolio, and that'll score a run.
So it's now a 2-0 lead for the Unicorns.
So still runners at the corners because it was Dylan Sprague who advanced all the way to third base from first on that base hit. Lolio down there at first, so now it's going to be Tony Roselli who has an opportunity to extend the lead even further.
He's 0 for 1. He flew out to the center fielder, Ian Mikowski, his first time up.
That was a hard hit ball from Roselli that unfortunately just hit right towards Mikowski at center field. This is going to be a ball high 1-0. So it's a 2-0 lead now for the Utica Unicorns. Thanks to RBIs from Willie Martin and Nico Lolio. Those are the things you need from the 3 and 4 batters in your lineup. Yeah, ball inside. It's going to go away from Figueroa, but not far enough for the runners to try anything. 2-0 now on Roselli. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Runners at the corners for Roselli. Here's the pitch from DeShazer. That's going to be in there for a strike as he drops that curveball in there. 2-1. Just catching the bottom of the strike zone. He's going to ground that one towards the second baseman, Stewart. Stewart's going to bobble it, however. The throw down to first is not going to be in time.
That's
and
another run.
The runner to third base is going to be thrown out. So good heads-up play there by Gomez to get Nico Lolio trying to extend it to third. So the error is not going to cause any damage. It is actually 3-0 now, as it does cause damage, as the runner was able to come around to score before the throw out at third base. So it's now a 3-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning where the Eastside Dominoppers are due up. Dunny Murray's going to come on the mound after having a 1-2-3 inning with the lead now, and he's going to try and continue rolling here against Kyle Figueroa, Ian Mikowski, and Ricky Castro. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half, the third inning. We're due up for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is Kyle Figueroa. It's now a 2-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns, Dan, as Donnie Murray comes out on the mound with the lead.
Yeah, Murray right now has 3 strikeouts. Has only given up 1 walk.
Yeah, he had a 1-2-3 second inning as well. He's got a lead to protect now. It's 3-0. As Figueroa gets a piece of that one and fouls it off 0-1.
Yeah, this is his first play appearance in this afternoon's ball game.
Willie Martin had hit a sac fly RBI, his first RBI with the Unicorns this season. And then Nico Lolio had an RBI base hit in the right. And then Roselli reached on an error, allowing Sprague to score from third base. And that's how we've gotten to 3-0 as Eastside Diamond Hoppers look to retaliate here in the bottom half of the inning. As there seems to be some kind of issue there at home plate. Maybe a piece of gear. The umpire's face mask seems to be in need of adjustment.
So he'll take a moment and fix that, and now we're ready to go.
Donnie Murray takes a step back on the mound. And he's going to take a step off and reset. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be a strike on the outer corner. 0-2 now. Look like you went with a slider that time. The 0-2 pitch comes in. That's going to be way high in that fastball. 1-2. This is Kyle Figueroa's first plate appearance of the ball game. As that one's going to come in low. Count's going to fall even, 2-2.
Yeah, he was in the lineup once again last Sunday, but unfortunately had to come out due to an injury.
So it's good to see him back in the ball game that very quickly. Or back into the Hoppers lineup. See, 2-2 comes in. That's going to be on the outer third of the plate, and he's going to ring up Kyle Figueroa.
He didn't like the call.
It's a good fastball location there from Donnie Murray.
And that's Murray's 4th strikeout this afternoon.
That one looked like it could have been a tad outside. It was a close call either way. It went in favor of Murray this time, and now it's going to be Ian Mikowski to step in.
This is his first play appearance this afternoon. He's hitting .237, has 9 hits and 6 RBIs.
Sprague down there at third base is playing in, getting ready for the bunt as Mikowski actually shows bunt there. And the center fielder Roselli is actually playing shaded towards left field. If Mikowski can hit that huge gap in right center, it'd be great, but he hits it right towards the shift and left field, and Lolio has it. So now with 2 outs, it's going to be Ricky Castro to come in.
He's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up.
Yeah, he struck out looking as well.
Yeah, coming in this afternoon's ball game, he's hitting .303, has 43 hits and 12 RBIs.
Bases are empty here in the bottom of the third inning. The Hoppers trail by 3 runs. As that's going to be a first pitch strike taken by Castro, 0-1. This is Castro's second year with the USPBL, second year with the Hoppers as well. He's a contact hitter. He had a good year last year. He's actually got his average up a little bit more as he's going to hit that one for a base hit into right field.
And is a fan favorite here as well.
He had 1 home run last year. He doesn't have one yet this year, but I mean he hits for contact. Home runs aren't his thing. He does a very good job at what he does do, and that's getting on base and playing stellar defense.
And now the Hoppers have finally got their first hit of the ball game.
You're right, Dan. That is their first hit, and that was the first time since the first inning they've had someone on base, as Donnie Murray had 7 consecutive outs.
This is technically Cam Stewart's first plate appearance, despite being walked back in the first.
And Cam Stewart's 0-1 now. It's his first at bat, his second plate appearance.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say. Thanks for catching me.
No, it's all good. Roselli in center again, shaded a little bit towards left field. Not as much as he was when it was Mikowski up to the plate. That one skied over the netting and into the stands right in front of us. 0-2 now.
Yeah, great catch by a fan.
So runner at first base with 2 outs for the Hoppers as they trail by 3 runs. Trying to retaliate here and get a couple runs back in the bottom of the third. So 0-2 count on Stewart. He's leading second in the league in average and home runs right now. As the 0-2 count is way outside. 1-2. That fastball was nowhere near the strike zone. As Allen had to leap to his feet and to make that catch. Donnie Murray took a peek down at first base to make sure Castro is staying put. As the 1-2 comes in, that'll be outside. Count will fall even 2-2. Ricky Castro down there is always a threat to steal second.
Yeah, you already have 2 outs in this inning. Main focus is to focus on the hitter.
You just got to get Cam Stewart out. The 2-2 comes in. Swing and a miss there, and he gets Cam Stewart swinging. And that will do it here in the third inning. It's still a 3-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns. And when we come back, it'll be Tanner Levine to lead things off. Following him be Justin Erlinson and Connor Reynolds. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
We are pleased to announce yet another player from the USPBL who has signed a contract with a major league organization. On the field, our USPBL chairman and CEO, Andy Appleby, and the newest member of the Minnesota Twins organization, current USPBL home run leader, graduate of Madonna University from Fraser, Michigan, and joined by his family, Taylor Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Mr. Taylor Jellikowski has a few words he'd like to say right now. It looks like she said yes. What a night for that young man. Let's give them both a great big round of applause.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the fourth inning. It's going to be Tanner Levine set to lead things off here.
For the Unicorns, the first baseman number 22, Tanner Levine.
He's still looking for his first career hit with the USPBL and the Utica Unicorns. That's going to be a ball inside, 1-0.
Yeah, a little rough inning last inning for Torrey DeSaver, giving up a few runs.
Yeah, only 2 of those were earned, however, as that's going to be a strike over the heart of the plate, 1-1. He gave up a sac fly RBI to Willie Martin and a base hit RBI to Nico Lolio. But then it was Sprague who scored on an error from Cam Stewart at second base. He's going to ground that one. Fair ball towards first base. Oh, but it's going to get by Gomez, and they're going to say that was foul.
Very close play there.
I thought that one landed on the line down there at first,
I did too.
but they're going to say it landed just foul. So it'll be 1-2 now on Levine. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, and that's going to be just a little bit high. 2-2, trying to get Levine chasing. DeShazer sets. Here's the pitch. That's going to be down low. 3-2 count now on Levine. His first time up, then he hit a number back to the mound. DeShazer was able to handle it and tossed on to Gomez for an easy out. As the 3-2 comes in. I'll be outside, so Levine's going to draw a walk. His third walk in 2 days with the Unicorns. Still looking for that first hit, though. But I'm sure he'll take getting on base any way he can here.
And that is DeShazer's third walk in this afternoon.
So now Justin Erlinson will step in.
Justin Erlinson is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up.
He's caught looking there on a fastball, too. I was talking to him before the game about when he got hit in the head with the pitch yesterday. He said it looked worse than it was because it hit his helmet and knocked his helmet off. Meanwhile, he flies that one to right field where Macon makes the catch.
Yeah, and I remember him telling you, yeah, he was okay, though.
Said it more or less just skimmed him. It just looked worse than it did because it knocked his helmet off.
Yeah, you worry about those type of...
Yeah, he said he really appreciated how Hamner immediately got up and grabbed him and asked him if he was okay.
Because you always worry about that type of situation. That could cause a concussion in that area.
Concussions can cause long-lasting side effects. He said when he was walking down the first base line, that Holcomb told him he was sorry and that it was an accident. And Erlinson said, "Yeah, I understand. You're good." 0-1 now after that first pitch was a strike. The throw over to first base. It's not going to be in time as Levine slides back in successfully.
Also, that throw was a little bit high, too.
When Levine grounded out in the second inning, that throw from DeShazer was high as well. It actually pulled Gomez off the base paths as he jumped to make the catch. As that one's hit towards center field, Mikowski backing up about a foot in front of the warning track will make the catch, and it's going to be the second out here.
Next up, the catcher, number 23, Chris Allen.
So now the catcher, Chris Allen, will step in. He got frozen at the plate on a called strike 3 his first time up.
Hoppers who have action in their bullpen is the left-hander Devin Alexander getting loose.
And here comes the first pitch to Allen. He's going to hit that one in the netting down the right side. 0-1 now. DeShazer had a 1-2-3 second inning, but ran into trouble in the third. And it was sac flies from Willie Martin and Nico Lolio. Well, sac fly from Martin and a base hit RBI from Lolio.
Yeah, 3 runs were scored, but 2 were just earned.
Yeah, only 2 of which were earned because that third run, Sprague came home on an error from Cam Stewart at second base. And that's how we've gotten to the score where we're at now, 3-0 in favor of the Unicorns. So runner at first base with 2 outs here for Christopher Allen. That's going to be a ball inside. Called for a strike, though, 0-2. Looked a tad inside to me. So no balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on Allen. Out of Louisville, Kentucky. That one's going to get away from Figueroa as it's bounced in the dirt. Running second base is Levine, and he'll get in there without a throw. And all of a sudden, there's a runner in scoring position for Chris Allen. He's got an opportunity for an RBI.
Yeah, when you mention about Louisville, Kentucky, I always think about, of course, their basketball team, but also the Kentucky Derby as well.
See, I'm not a big Kentucky Derby kind of guy. I always think about the Louisville basketball team, the Cardinals down there. All kinds of success that NCAA team has had, especially in recent years. You'll never forget how they beat us in the national championship, U of M. So that's going to be a fly ball in the foul territory, out of play. Count will remain. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Allen. The right fielder, Macon, is playing a little bit shallow out there in right field. Perhaps implying Allen doesn't have a whole lot of opposite power as he hits that one towards the gap in right center. Mikowski ranging to his left will make the catch. And that's going to do it here as they get a runner on first base due to a walk, but they leave him stranded. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning where Joe for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers is going to be the heart of their lineup. Macon, Kruger, and Gomez. Those are your 3, 4, 5 hitters. Still a 3-0 lead for the Unicorns. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, as we approach the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still a 3-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns, Dan.
Yes, it is, and that all came back in the 3rd inning. And you had RBIs from Willie Martin, which was his first of his USPBL career, and you had an RBI from Nico Lolio.
Yeah, then that 3rd runner in that inning scored thanks to an error from the second baseman Stewart at the time. Allowed Dylan Sprague to reach home. They were able to get out of the inning, however, after the throw to Gomez was not in time to get Roselli charging down the base paths. They were able to catch Lolio trying to take 3rd base.
And here comes John Macon, one of the power hitters here in the USPBL and for the Hoppers lineup. Leads the league.
Yeah, he is the power hitter right now with he's the active leader in home runs in the league, and he leads the league in average. Gets 1 more home run, he'll tie Jellikowski, who signed with the Twins organization for overall lead in home runs. As the first pitch to him comes in, he's going to foul that one in the netting behind home plate, 0-1.
So far this afternoon, John Macon's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up.
Macon could be the spark in this lineup that this team needs to get some run support going.
Donnie Murray on the mound this afternoon for the Unicorns. Right now he has 5 strikeouts, only give up 1 hit, and has given up 1 walk.
Yeah, he's only allowed 2 base runners to this point in the ball game. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, it's going to be grounded towards the shortstop, Balkin. Balkin reaching to his right has it. Will toss down to first base, and it'll be in time. And that's going to be the first out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Mark graduated from Utah Valley University with a marketing degree. He's played independent league ball for the Gateway.
Mark Kruger will be due up. He struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 so far this afternoon.
So Johnny G's pick for player of the game, Mencken, grounds out. And like you said, Dan, it's Kruger who struck out his last time up who's due in.
Coming this afternoon's ball game, Kruger's hitting .259, has 21 hits, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs for the Hoppers.
Fouls that first pitch off the mask of Allen, but he seems no worse for wear, 0-1. Yeah, they haven't hit in that cleanup spot for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. They have Cam Stewart batting second. He's got that speed on the base pass, so they want him there as well, even though he's a pretty good power hitter for him. He's going to take a big rip there and miss, 0-2. It's not a terrible average at .259. He's got 2 home runs and 15 RBIs to show for it.
Yeah, Kruger was batting in the same spot on Friday night as well.
The 0-2 pitch comes in. He's going to hit that one towards left field, and it is going to be caught on the slide by Lolio. And Lolio's putting on a showing out there in left field.
He's been very productive this afternoon.
That's 2 sliding catches for Lolio today, and he's also made a good catch on the run. So not only is he providing offense for the Unicorns, but he's also providing good defense.
I'm glad I went with him this afternoon as my player of the game.
Yeah, he is really putting a showing on for us in today's ball game. Definitely earning the starting role in the lineup for the Unicorns. He used to come in pinch hit situations, but he was first base all last weekend. But with the addition of Levine and Martin, he is out there in outfield now. First pitch to Gomez comes in, and that's going to be a strike over the heart of the plate. Nice slider there from Donnie Murray.
Yes, it was. And speaking of Gomez, he's 0 for 1 this afternoon. He flew out to the left fielder, Nico Lolio, his last time up.
That's going to be a ground ball. Balkin ranging to his left is not going to get there, and that's going to be a base hit into center field for Esteban Gomez.
Now batting the left fielder, number 24, John Kraft.
It's worth mentioning, Dan, going back to the Lolio thing again. He has all the putouts in outfield for the Utica Unicorns today. That's four for him now. And no other outfielder has made a catch for the Unicorns. Must be a boring day in right field for Erlinson right now. John Kraft stands in right now, and he's a left-handed batter with some pull-hitting power, so this might be a good time for Erlinson to get ready. He's got a runner at first base with 2 outs. Sliding back in there is Gomez.
But not just Erlinson. It must be real boring for Tony Roselli as well, who's out in center.
Yeah, both those outfielders have to make a catch. Of course, that's not a problem for them, I'm sure.
Whatever gets the outs.
Kraft's going to hit that one towards the gap in right center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Hit it right over the head of Reynolds at second base, and that'll put runners at the corners.
That's back-to-back hits now for the Hoppers.
So now the Hoppers have runner in scoring position for Trevor Achenbach. Achenbach's got a good opportunity here to get his first RBI and first hit with the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Still searching for that first hit here.
Yeah, he's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Ground out to the shortstop, Rhett Balkin, his last time up.
Murray sets on the mound. Here comes the first pitch. Be fouled off down the right side, 0-1.
We are now all even at hits now between these two teams. They both have 3.
Of course, the hit column doesn't matter as much as the run column,
No.
and it's the Unicorns who have the edge in that at 3-0. Esteban Gomez down there at third base. Achenbach at the plate represents the tying run here in this ball game. The 0-1 comes in, be high, and be a 1-1 now. That fastball might be a little bit early on the release there. Murray just needs one more out to get out of this jam. See, 1-1 comes in, and he's going to get Achenbach swinging on that one. 1-2. Achenbach took a big swing there at that 89-mile-an-hour fastball in the outer third of the plate.
Yeah, but it was a little late as well.
So Murray gets ready on the mound. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Strike three. He got him on strikes. Achenbach chased it. Fastball high and away. And with runners on the corners, Hoppers can't bring anyone home. So we go to the top of the fifth inning where due up for the Utica Unicorns will be the top of their lineup. Balkin, Sprague, and Martin. That is your 1-2-3 batters in that lineup. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Hey, it's Matt Derry out here in right field in front of the merchandising tent and the trailer. We're having a blast. Get your USPBL gear right here. We've got 24 different kind of hats. We've got jerseys, pennants, foam figures. This Westside Woolly Mammoth jersey is straight fire. You've got to get these jerseys, these hats, everything out here in right field. And, of course, the merchandising area behind home plate in the grandstand. Check it out.
Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here as the leadoff man will be Brett Balkin here in the top of the fifth inning.
Brett Balkin's 1 for 1 today. Walked his first time up, has a stolen base, and then his second time up, hit for a single.
The first pitch comes in, and that's going to be a ball low, 1-0. Balkin having a much better outing tonight than he did last night. Last night he just seemed a little bit off at the plate. He was chasing pitches. Struck out twice, which is unusual for him. He doesn't strike out that much normally. As that'll be another ball outside, 2-0.
And nothing much from the Unicorns last night.
Well, they only had 4 hits in the entire game as they fell to the Mammoths 2-0 thanks to that 2-run shot from Alex Abbott out there in the right field. Looks to lay down a bunt there, but pulls it back when he sees the pitch is way outside. 3-0 now. DeShazer out there for his third inning of work here.
There's 3 runs on the board for the Unicorns, but he only has 2 against him.
He's done a pretty good job besides that third inning where he ran into some trouble. Had a 1-2-3 second and walked one batter in the fourth before getting the next 3 batters out. He's going to walk Balkin here to lead off the 5th inning.
And that's DeShazier's 4th walk this afternoon.
So now Dylan Sprague will step in.
My correction, 5.
So now Dylan Sprague, with a runner at first base, will try to move Balkin over as his team's got an opportunity to extend their lead, as that's going to be a throw down to first base. There's a sac fly RBI from Willie Martin in the 3rd, his first RBI with the Utica Unicorns that got them the lead, and right now that's the difference maker. Nico Lolio then followed that up with an RBI single, and then it was Dylan Sprague who scored from third base on an error. And it'll be 1-0 now as that pitch missed outside. Gomez is going to come out to the mound to have a quick chat with DeShazer.
Possibly to tell him to keep a close eye on Balkin because he already has a stolen base this afternoon.
DeShazer sets on the mound. That one's going to be in there for a strike. 1-1 now. It's a good fastball there from DeShazer. Another throw down at first, but Balkin slides back in safely. To this point, Dan, DeShazer has thrown 40 balls and 39 strikes. A 50-50 split is not necessarily what you want as a starting pitcher. The 1-1 is going to be in there for a strike. So 1-2 now. Now it's exactly a 50-50 split. And it's come around to hurt him a little bit. He's given up 5 walks, 2 of which have come around to score.
In his last outing, the walks killed him as well.
7 walks his last time out. He only went 3 innings. He's in his 5th inning of work here, and he's given up 5 walks. So the walks continue to hurt him here. So it's 2-2 now on Sprague. So the pitch from DeShazer is in. Balkin's going to take off for second base, but that's going to be fouled off the bat of Sprague.
He went to go check his swing.
Yeah, he tried to pull it back, but it hit his barrel. So Balkin retreats back to first base now. Looked like it was a possibility of a hit and run there. So we'll reset here. Throw down a first again. Balkin again gets back in safely. Balkin's not one to get picked off very easily. He's very cautious at first base. That's what makes him such an effective base runner, is he's not the type to be caught very easily. Again, the 2-2. It's going to be a ball outside. Count's going to run full now, 3-2. Still no outs here in the top of the 5th inning with a runner on first for the Unicorns.
They have the 3-0 lead.
A Balkin again breaking for second base, but that's going to be a walk to Sprague as the 3-2 pitch misses inside.
6 walks now for DeShazer.
Paul Nochi's coming out to the mound now. Appears to be just a quick chat, possibly to give that bullpen arm that's warming up out there in the bullpen some extra time.
Yeah, still the lefty Devin Alexander warming up.
So now Willie Martin, who got his first RBI with the Unicorns back in the 3rd, has an opportunity to bring another one home here with a runner at second base.
No outs.
That was a sac fly RBI out in the right field, making it back up onto the edge of the warning track to make that catch.
Yeah, his first hit in his USPBL career last night. And that came in the 5th inning. but the Unicorns unfortunately end up losing that ball game.
So DeShazer on the mound as the pitch comes in, and be a nice curveball there from DeShazer that started out inside and broke back over the heart of the plate, 0-1. Runners at first and second here for the Unicorns with no outs, as they're looking to extend their lead from 3-0 to 4-0. He's going to swing and miss at that one. It's going to get away from Figueroa. Balkin breaking for third, and he will slide in there safely. So Balkin advances on a wild pitch with using all that speed.
Yeah, great heads-up base running there from him.
So now it's runners at the corners. Willie Martin could score Brett Balkin on basically anything. The 0-2 pitch comes in. He's going to fly that one in the, well, not in the netting, but onto the concourse down the right side, as that one went flying.
Yes, it did.
So 0-2 now. Feels like a couple weeks ago now where they hit one onto Auburn Road directly behind us.
Yeah, so if you're coming down that road, be careful.
So the 0-2 pitch comes in. Oh, he's going to hit that one down the left field line and into the bullpen of the Hoppers. He got good contact on that one, but swung early.
That was a line shot into the bullpen.
And if that one would have stayed fair, that would have been a base hit for sure, if not more. But he got a bit out in front of that one. Willie Martin will stay alive, however, and it's 0-2 still on him. Runners are at the corners with a 3-0 lead. Again, the 0-2. It's going to be down in the dirt. That's going to be a ball 1-2 now.
Just like in the first, Troy DeShazer has given up 2 walks this inning.
Yeah, it's very eerily similar. And if this is like that inning, Willie Martin will hit into a double play. But with already a runner at third base, there's an opportunity for that runner to score. He's going to ground that one towards the Unicorns' dugout as Roselli takes a chop at that one as it rolled by him to try and stop it, but missed. And I mean chop, like he swung it bat like an axe at it. It's pretty entertaining to see.
Yeah, Willie Martin's doing a great job trying to stay alive here.
Nico Lolio in the on-deck circle right now. Let's see. 1-2 pitch comes in. He's going to fly that one towards right field. Mencken takes a couple steps inside, and it's going to be Sprague West retreat all the way back to first base, and Balkin from third is going to score. So Willie Martin's got himself another sac fly RBI in this ball game.
Hey, he'll take it.
So his first 2 RBIs in this ball game, both come on sac flies. And that'll give us 1 out here with a runner on first base as Sprague gets back in successfully.
Now, Nico Lolio had an RBI his last time up.
He's having himself quite a day here.
Yes, he is.
Not only does he have that RBI base hit back in the 3rd inning, he's put on a showing defensively out in left field. Looks like Troy DeShazer's day is done, however. DeShazer goes 4 1/3 innings. He gives up 3 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of which were earned. I'm sorry, he gives up 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. He walked 6 batters in this ball game.
Yeah, the walks really killed him.
Yeah, struck out 2. Yeah, again, like you said, Dan, the walks are what killed him in this ball game. Looking at the score sheet here, it seems that 1, 2, 3 of those walks came around to score for him. And that's definitely hurt him in this ball game.
Yes, it did. Now taking over on the mound for Troy DeShazer will be Devin Alexander. In 39 innings pitched, has given up 25 hits, 16 runs, 12 in which were earned. giving up 25 walks, has 38 strikeouts, has a record of 3-1, and an ERA of 2.74.
Now, don't expect Alexander to go very long in this ball game.
No.
From what I understand, he's dealing with a little bit of soreness in his arm. So he'll probably just go one inning, if anything. Probably just these last 2 outs before a new relief pitcher will come in.
And you know the Hoppers have a really good bullpen.
Alexander has, well, yes, they do. They have Pinell and Gomez for starters out there. Alexander has thrown more than he has ever this year, so it makes sense that he would develop a little bit of soreness. Alexander looks like he's good to go out there on the mound as Figueroa will return behind the plate. And Nico Lolio will start a slow walk to the batter's box now. He's got a runner at first base, and his team now has a 4-0 lead.
Thanks to a sac fly RBI from Willie Martin.
He's got 2 of those in today's ball game. Throw down to first base as Sprague gets back in there. The 1-0 is going to be down low, 2-0. Looks like a curveball there from Alexander. His curveball comes in at 66 miles an hour, which by all means I think might be the slowest curveball in the league. But his fastball comes in at 88, so 20. So 2-0 on Lolio. The 2-0 comes in, swing and a miss there.
That was a big rip from him. Now Nico Lolio does have an RBI already in this ball game.
He's got an opportunity to move the runner over from first base. Only 1 out here in the top of the 5th. They've already tacked down another run. He's going to ground that one towards the first baseman. They're going to throw it on a second, get the lead runner, and the throw down to first is not going to be in time. So Lolio's going to hit into a fielder's choice here.
Next up, the center fielder, number 8, Tony Roselli.
So now Tony Roselli will step in.
He reached safely due to an error on Cam Stewart.
In his first at-bat, he hit the ball very hard, but unfortunately right towards the center fielder, Ian Mikowski, who really just had to take a couple steps in to make the catch. So that's going to be a ball low, 1-0.
So Roselli technically 0 for 2 tonight, or this afternoon, I should say.
Another ball low, 2-0. Lolio down there at first base now, replacing Sprague after hitting to a fielder's choice. It's 2 outs here for Alexander. So the 2-1. Ooh.
Roselli just barely getting a piece of that one.
Nice breaking ball there by Alexander. Looked like Roselli was expecting a fastball and swung way early. And like you said, Dan, just barely getting the piece of that one. So count's going to fall even, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first base. A 4-0 lead for the Unicorns over top of the Hoppers. The 2-2 comes in, and that's going to be way inside as Roselli has to bend out of the way of that one. Count's going to run full now, 3-2. So a full count now. He's going to kind of take a half-hearted swing at that one and line it right to Ricky Castro. He just puts his glove up and makes the catch. So Devin Alexander comes in relief and gets the next two guys out. And after 4.5 innings here at Jimmy John's Field, it's going to be Unicorns 4, Hoppers nothing as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off for the Hoppers in the bottom half of the 5th is going to be Kyle Figueroa, Ian McCoskey, and Ricky Castro. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, as we start the second half of this ball game. It's going to be Kyle Figueroa to step in and lead things off for the Hoppers.
This will be his second plate appearance this afternoon. First time struck out.
Dunny Murray taking over on the mound again for the 5th inning.
Having a pretty good afternoon.
That's a little bit of an understatement. He's only allowed 3 hits in this ball game, and he's only walked 1 batter.
But has 6 strikeouts.
Yeah, he's been very good in today's outing as Kyle Figueroa has now got an 0-1 count on him. The 0-1 pitch is in, and that's going to be bounced in there. 1-1 now. So the 1-1 comes in. That's going to be fly towards right field. Going to land in the patio over there. So the 1-2 comes in. Fouled off in the netting behind home plate. Count will remain.
That one hit the top of his barrel.
Just barely getting a piece of that one. Figueroa comes into today's ball game with a .227 average and 9 RBIs. No home runs for him. So the pitch from Murray's in. That'll be a ball low. Count's going to fall even 2-2. Like you try to get him with a curveball there. The 2-2 hit towards the shortstop Balkin. Balkin takes a step to his left, will make the throw down to first base, and that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So another center fielder, Ian McCoskey, will take some swings.
Yeah, this is also his second appearance. He flew out to the left fielder, Nico Lolio, his first time up.
Yeah, Danny got robbed of a hit in that at-bat as Lolio came sliding in his knees to make the catch.
Yeah, Lolio's been very active defensively and offensively as well this afternoon.
He's got 3 hits between yesterday and today, 1 RBI, and of course those defensive plays out in left field. So that's going to be a strike on the outer third of the plate, 0-1. Good slider there from Murray. McCoskey tries to lay down a bunt there, but fouls it into the netting. The corner infielders are playing in, ready for that bunt. McCoskey is probably the fastest player in the league.
Yes, he is.
And he can just fly down that base path. The 0-2 pitch comes in. He's going to hit that one towards left center field. Lolio comes in and makes the catch. And he is still the only outfielder to make any putouts today.
Tony Roselli out there in center is like, why can't I get that one?
Yeah, he's come over a few times, but Lolio's made every catch. So now Ricky Castro will step in.
He's 1 for 2 today. Had a hit his last time up.
He's got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. His team trails by 4 runs. Unicorns had a sac fly from Willie Martin and an RBI base hit from Lolio in the 3rd, and then Sprague scored on an error. That made it 3-0. And then in the top half of this inning, a sac fly again from Willie Martin scored another run. So that's how they've gotten to the score where they're at. He's going to lay down a bunt there. It's going to hop back to the mound, and the throw down to first will be in time. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Donnie Murray as he is going to continue to roll here in this ball game. We go to the top of the 6th where Joe for the Utica Unicorns is Tanner Levine, Justin Erlinson, and Connor Reynolds. Those are your 6, 7, and 8 hitters in this lineup. Still a 4-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please direct your attention towards home plate. We are proud to introduce Jeff and Chelsea. And Jeff and Chelsea have been blessed and are expecting an addition to their family. And with the help of Diamond Hoppers Casey Chenoweth, we are about to find out whether their bundle of joy is going to be a boy or a girl.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 6th inning. Devin Alexander still on the mound for his first full inning of work. Got the final 2 outs in the last inning.
Now due up is Tanner Levine, still searching for his first career USPBL career hit.
Yeah, he's got 3 walks so far between yesterday and today. So he's showing an excellent eye at the plate. laying off pitches when he needs to, drawing those walks. So he's been getting on base pretty consistently for the Unicorns so far.
Yes,
of course,
he has.
like you said, he's still searching for that first hit. And he's going to foul off that first pitch 0-1.
He walked his last time up.
That's going to be a curveball that stays high and inside, 1-1. The 1-1 comes in. Curveball again. This time hits the top of the strike zone. 1-2. Looked like it was coming in high and then broke low to just catch that strike zone. Got to be careful with that curveball, though. If you leave that high like that,
Yeah,
pretty easily crushed.
Yep, you're definitely going to pay for that.
Levine's going to call for time at home plate. He's got a 1-2 count on him. Be hitting the netting behind home plate, and the count will remain. Defense playing Levine straight up. That's partially due to the fact that this is only his second game with the Unicorns, so they really don't have any clue as how to play him defensively. Gonna call for time again as Alexander steps off the mound this time. The 1-2 is in, and he's going to check his swing on that one. They're going to appeal down to first, say he went. So Tanner Levine strikes out here to start the top of the 6th inning.
And, of course, it's Devin Alexander's first strikeout after coming in replacement for Torrey DeShazier.
So now Justin Erlinson stands in. Some action down there in the Eastside Downhoppers bullpen, a lefty up and throwing.
Yeah, it's Michael Stafford getting news. And like you said, we mentioned about Devin Alexander coming into this afternoon's ball game dealing with a sore arm.
Yeah, he had some tendonitis in his tricep from what I hear. Like I was saying, he's thrown more this year than he has any other year in his career. So, there, of course, to be a little bit of soreness that develops. So the 0-1 pitch comes in. That's going to be in there for a strike. Nice curveball there, 0-2.
Yes, it was. Now Justin Erlinson this afternoon is 0 for 2.
Flew out to the right fielder Mencken his last time up.
But struck out his first time.
Trying to change his luck here as that's going to be a ball inside, 1-2. Devin Alexander's fastball comes in about 88, 89. Occasionally he will hit 90. His curveball comes in between 67 and 70 as that's going to be, looks like a, in fact, I'm not really sure what that one was. 82 miles an hour, might have been a changeup. 2-2.
Was way in the dirt.
Outside as well. See, 2-2 comes in. Just going to fly that one out of play behind home plate. The count will remain as fouls off another fastball. Erlinson was saying before the game that he needs to guess at pitches less and just swing at what he sees. The 2-2 comes in, and ooh, that curveball just barely outside, and the count will run full 3-2.
Yeah, you're right, Brian. And Nico Loyo was telling him the same thing as well.
3-2 is going to be hit up towards the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Stewart at second. And it's not going to be in time as Erlinson takes a tumble, tripping over the first base, but gets in safely. So it'll be an infield base hit for Erlinson. And he's getting beat up between yesterday and today. Yesterday he got hit in the head. Today he trips going down the first baseline, but in the process of falling, tags the first base.
It looks okay.
I'm not sure if he tripped over the foot of Gomez or the bag. It's kind of tough to see up here.
I believe he tripped over Gomez because they just, fist pumped each other.
But that's going to be Erlinson's first base hit today, an infield base hit at that. Is a slow roller up the middle, was a close play from Stewart, but not in time. First pitch to Reynolds is going to be a strike on the outer third of the plate, 0-1.
Connor Reynolds is 1 for 2 today. He hit for a single back in the third. He also has a stolen base.
The 0-1 pitch is going to be outside, 1-1.
He threw out to the center fielder, Ian Mikowski, his last time up.
Throw it on to first base, but Erlinson in there safely.
Pretty good crowd on hand this afternoon.
Yeah, the stadium is about 3/4 full as another throw down.
And fans who came early got a Ribby bobblehead.
Yes, they did. And the pretty good quality bobbleheads, actually.
Yes,
the
they
1-1 is going to be a little bit high, 2-1. Nice to see those little promotions every now and again.
Kind of wish we could have snagged one of those.
Just take it home as a token of our internship. That one's going to be driven towards the right center gap, and it's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. They're going to be waving Erlinson around third base. He's coming charging into the plate as Reynolds heads to third, and it's going to be an RBI triple for Connor Reynolds.
Wow. And it's a 5-0 lead now for the Unicorns.
So they continue to tack on runs here in the 6th inning.
Great hit there by Connor Reynolds, and also fast on the base paths to get that triple.
So now Chris Allen will stand in with a runner at third base and 1 out as he attempts to extend the lead even further for the Unicorns. They now have a 5-0 lead.
Allen's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out his first time and flew out to the center fielder E. Mikowski his last time.
He's going to fly that one down the right side towards the dugout of the Unicorns. 0-1.
He's going to need a new barrel after he broke his.
Infield playing in on Christopher Allen as he goes and gets a new bat.
Michael Stafford continues to warm up in the Diamond Hoppers bullpen.
Michael Stafford came into the league earlier this season with the Hoppers, starting as a starting pitcher. After a while, they decided he was better suited in the relieving role, and he's really done well there.
Yes, he has. Stafford's from Canton, Michigan.
Another one of the Michigan natives in this league. As Alexander takes a step off the mound to reset. Allen will redo his batting gloves. He's got bright red batting gloves down there. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, and that's going to be down low for a ball, 1-1.
Ime has the bright red batting gloves, but Tony Roselli has the bright red bat.
Yes. The infield playing, like I said, playing in on Chris Allen to cut down that runner at third base in case he tries to break for home. 1-1, swung on and missed. Got him with that fastball low, 1-2. Alexander trying to work himself out of a jam. He's already given up 1 earned run. He's got a runner at third now after that triple from Reynolds. Scored that runner. 1-2 is going to be hit a blooper over to first base. And Gomez has it. That'll be the second out. Definitely not what Allen needed to do.
No.
Pretty much the only thing he couldn't. Pretty much the only thing he didn't want to do, I should say, is pop that one up to Gomez at first. That and striking out was pretty much the worst case scenario in that at bat.
Because you had a runner in scoring position. Could have increased the lead.
So now Brett Balkin will stand in.
Now here's a perfect chance for Balkin to extend his RBIs to number 9. He has 8 right now.
He's 1 for 1 so far today with a base hit and 2 walks, so he's been very good at the plate. As that one's going to be a strike on the outer third of the plate, 0-1, just barely hitting the strike zone. Is that fastball?
Now, for being a leadoff hitter, he's not put in these type of situations that much.
Yeah, he had an RBI opportunity earlier in this ball game, as he's going to show.
He showed bunt.
Bunt there, and it'll be fouled off 0-2.
We have seen Balkin bunt before and reach safely as well.
2 times Balkin has been on the base paths. He's come around to score. He's been in scoring position all 3 times. He's been on base. The 0-2 pitch comes in. He's going to ground that one towards the second baseman, Stewart. Stewart has it. Will make the throw down to first. And Brett Balkin's going to ground out here to end the 6th inning. But the Unicorns tack another run on and increase their lead to 5-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. When we come back, it's going to be Donnie Murray to take back over. Leading off for the Hoppers will be Cam Stewart, John Macon, and Mark Kruger. That's the heart of their lineup, 2, 3, 4 hitters. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. It's the bottom half of the 6th inning, and the Unicorns have a pretty substantial lead at 5-0. As Cam Stewart will step in here, Dan, as they look to try and create some kind of comeback.
Yeah, but Donnie Murray has been wonderful. Actually, I should say terrific on the mound this afternoon.
There's a lot of adjectives you could use to describe Donnie Murray's performance today. Phenomenal. You said wonderful.
/
terrific.
Yep. I mean, he's out there in the 6th inning of work. He has 6 strikeouts, only giving up 1 walk. Has only given up 3 hits.
The first pitch, Cam Stewart, is going to be a slider for a strike, 0-1. He's doing a great job not only hitting the strike zone, but mixing up his pitches and location.
Yes, you know, his slider's been working very well this afternoon.
Not just that, his curveball and his fastball, just every one of his pitches seem to be working, as that one's going to be popped high in the air by Cam Stewart, as the second baseman, Reynolds, will come on the infield grass to make the catch. Gave Balkin a little bit of a scare there as Reynolds lost it in the sun.
Yeah, the sun's starting to peek out here at the ballpark. It's been a little bit cloudy as well most of this afternoon.
Yeah, the forecast said there was a chance for rain coming in later in the ball game, but as the days progress, it's been pushed back further and further, and now it's saying not until 5 p.m., and hopefully we can have this game in the books by then. That's an hour and a half from now. Right now it looks beautiful.
Yes,
partly
it does.
cloudy. You couldn't even tell that it's supposed to. There's a slight breeze going to center field as John Macon stands in. He's going to swing and miss at that first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1.
John Macon this afternoon's 0 for 2. Struck out his first time and ground out to the shortstop. Connor Reynolds. His second time.
The 0-1 pitch comes in, and that's going to be a ball low, 1-1.
My correction, Brian, it was the shortstop, Brett Balkin. He grounded out too.
So the 1-1 pitch to Macon comes in. He's going to swing and miss at that fastball. Chase that fastball outside. Donnie Murray again doing a great job mixing up his location.
Yes, he is. That's why the bullpen's been quiet for the Unicorns all afternoon.
Yeah, no one up and throwing down there yet.
They've just been sitting around watching him do work.
As he sets on the mound, here comes the 1-2. It's going to be a ground ball towards Reynolds at second. He takes it and throws down to first base. Levine stretches his arm out, makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning. Murray has 2 1-3 innings this game so far, in the 2nd and in the 5th. And he threatens to have another one here.
Now Mark Kruger is up. He's 0 for 2 as well this afternoon. Struck out his first time and then flew out to the left fielder, Nico Lolio, who's been very active this afternoon out there.
Yeah, he still has the only putouts in the outfield in today's ball game, as Mark Kruger will stand in. Like you said, he is one of the last guys to fly out to Lolio and left. As that one's going to be hit high in the air on the first pitch fastball, as out in the left field is going to be Brett Balkin who makes the catch.
And
so
he called Nicololio while he was rushing in. He wanted it again.
So that's going to be another 1-2-3 inning for Donnie Murray as he continues to dominate here in this ball game. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. We're due up for the top half of the 7th inning. We're due up for the Utica Unicorns is going to be Dylan Sprague, Willie Martin, and Nico Lolio. The heart of their lineup as well, 2, 3, 4 hitters. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Got a mask on here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the video board. Someone has a very important question to ask.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 7th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here on the call on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon ball game where the Unicorns hold a 5-0 lead over the Hoppers here in the top of the 7th.
And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, and it is Michael Stafford taking over.
He takes over for Delvin Alexander, who went 1 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. So not a terrible performance from him out of the bullpen. Dylan Sprague stands in, and the first pitch from Stafford to Sprague was way inside, having Sprague been out of the way of that one, 1-0.
Now Stafford in 20.5 innings pitch has given up 20 hits, has given up 23 runs, 22 in which were earned, has 19 walks he has given up, and he has 26 strikeouts, a record of 1-2, and an ERA of 9.58.
It's going to be a ball. 2-1 as that one has stayed high. And Donnie Murray so far through the first 6 innings has only pitched 70 balls, or thrown 70 pitches, as that sounds much better. As the 2-1 comes in, and that's going to be a ground ball towards the second baseman Stewart, who has it. Easy toss down to first. We'll get the first out here in the bottom or top of the 7th inning. As Willie Martin, who has 2 RBIs on this game, will step in.
Yeah, he had 2 sac flies.
Yeah, after hitting into a double play in the first inning, he came in the 3rd and the 5th and hit a sac fly to right fielder John Macon both times. So he's technically only 0 for 1 today, despite 3 plate appearances. So the first pitch to Martin is in, and that's going to be a strike on the inner third of the plate, 0-1. That was a good fastball there down low, but didn't get Martin biting, 1-1. Came at him first with the 77-mile-an-hour breaking ball, but And then went back to the fastball to change up speeds on him, but missed the strike zone on that second pitch as the 1-1 comes in. Skied high in the air down the right side on the charges. Gomez in a foul territory. And it's going to not get there in time as that one lands on the warning track, 1-2. Lots of room here in foul territory at Jimmy John's Field.
It's a lot similar to many ballparks in the major leagues, like, for instance, Oakland.
Yeah, we've made that comparison a few times. It is a blessing and a curse. It gives the defensive team extra footage to try and make the catch, but it can be a bane for the batters as normally in normal ballparks where that ball would go foul and end up getting caught for outs as it's going to be a ball 2-2 now. The 2-2 comes in from Stafford. Another foul ball on the right side. This time going to land on Auburn Road out there as he gets a lot on that one.
Ray Martin's doing a great job of staying alive here.
Just fighting off pitches, mostly fastballs from Stafford that he's fouling off. See, 2-2 comes in. He got him swinging on that curveball, and he's going to have to charge down to first base as a drop third strike, and the throw is in there in time.
Wow.
Doing the splits there as Gomez, as Figueroa all the way from the warning track on the left side of home plate makes the throw down to Gomez just in time. And that'll be a strikeout for Stafford, his first of the appearance.
It was a very close play there.
Now Nico Lolio will stand in.
Nico Lolio has been very active this afternoon, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, he's 1 for 3, hit into a fielder's choice his most recent time up.
But defensively, man.
Yeah, he's made all the putouts for the Unicorns in the outfield, including 2 really nice sliding stops, or sliding plays, I should say, as that's going to be a curveball dropped in there for a strike, 0-1.
Now the Hoppers have action in their bullpen. It's the right-hander Don Ranner warming up.
As that's going to be another strike dropped in there, 0-2. 0-2 pitch. He's going to swing and miss on that one. Another drop third strike, but this time Figueroa has it a lot quicker and make the throw down. And so 1-2-3 inning for Michael Stafford in relief. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time here at Jimmy John's Field. Still a 5-0 lead for the Unicorns. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Donnie Murray's out for his 7th inning of work.
No surprise there. He's only thrown 70 pitches through the first 6 innings. He's doing great so far, and he has an opportunity, if he continues this, to go the distance.
Yeah, he has 6 strikeouts, only given up 1 walk, and only has given up 3 hits.
Yeah, he's been Donnie Murray. That's,
yes.
I mean, we're talking about all those different adjectives, but Donnie Murray is the best adjective too used in describing his performance today. This is just how he is for the Unicorns. He and Dobnik were such a dynamic duo for them. Now that Dobnik signed, it's all on Murray as that one's skied into foul territory, into the dugout for the Hoppers.
Now, Donnie Murray also had a no-hitter last season for the Unicorns.
Yeah, he's the only one so far in the 2 years that the USPBL has been a thing to have a complete game no-hitter. Kevin Matthews threw a range-shortened no-hitter earlier this year. So that's going to be a base hit in the left field over the head of Balkin. And now Gomez gets on to lead off the 7th inning.
Yeah, speaking of Matthews, he's in AAA right now with the Braves.
I know he made a spot start.
Oh, he made a start. Yeah,
a spot
you're
start
right.
with the Braves organization in AAA. Went 4 innings in that game, only allowing 1 earned run. So now John Kraft steps in. He's got a runner at first base. This is the first time all ball game that the Hoppers have gotten the leadoff man on, so maybe hopefully this can change their fortune here as they trail by 5 runs here in the 7th inning.
And that was just Hopper's 4th hit of the ball game.
The first pitch to Kraft comes in. Kraft is my pick for player of the game.
He's 1 for 2.
He had 2 home runs last Sunday. One was an inside the park home run.
That was when Erlinson and Cruz collided with each other.
First pitch to Kraft, missed outside, 1-0.
Cruz is out with an injury. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Kraft swinging misses at that one. Another fastball, 1-1. I talked to Lolio yesterday, and I mentioned it on the air that Lolio said that Cruz was progressing nicely. His swelling was going down, and he should be able to make a return soon enough. It's just that bad spill out there in right center where he tripped over Erlinson. See, 1-1 was coming in. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Kraft as he chases a fastball high.
Yeah, it was a brutal collision. Well, Cruz did like a flip.
Yeah, he did a flip in the air. I thought when he landed it was going to be a back injury, but it appears when he made the trip, he twisted his ankle. Him and Figueroa both were walking out on crutches in that ball game.
Figueroa is back in the lineup again this afternoon.
Meanwhile, Kraft swings and misses at a fastball outside, and that's going to be the first strikeout of this inning. So now Trevor Achenbach will stand in.
He's 0 for 2 this afternoon.
Him and his, I just love this walk-up song.
Do. Thief
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
by OK. I was listening all week long. I mean, it just gets you motivated.
Well, not just that, it's just kind of
That
just
jazzy
a nice
sound
tune.
to it.
Yeah, that jazzy EDM mix. The saxophone is just. Anyway, we're talking baseball. You got a runner at first base with 1 out after Kraft struck out swinging. Swing and a miss there is Achenbach as he gets fooled by that 89-mile-an-hour fastball at the knees, 0-1.
Now that strikeout to Kraft was Murray's 7th strikeout this afternoon.
Yeah, he continues to just dominate on the mound. Levine down there at first base doesn't look like he's keeping Gomez. That pitch is going to be low and inside, 1-1. Normally with a runner at first base, the first baseman is on the bag, holding him there, but Levine is not doing that.
They feel Gomez is a threat to steal, or not a threat to steal.
So Achenbach down there. He's not getting a very big lead off at first either, so I don't think he's much of a threat either as the 1-1 comes in. That's going to be strike on the outer third of the plate. Looked a bit outside, but the umpire called it a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, Achenbach still searching for his first career USPBL hit.
See, 1-2 comes in. That's going to be high. Count's going to fall even now at 2 apiece.
Still nothing brewing in the Unicorns bullpen. They just been sitting there and watching him do work this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been just been amazing. I feel like we're running out of adjectives to use.
Yes, we are.
So the 2-2 comes in. Achenbach swings and misses, and that's the second strikeout in a row for Donnie Murray.
Boy, oh boy.
As he just seems to be getting better as the innings roll on.
Strikeout number 8.
So Kyle Figueroa will stand in. He's got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's got a runner at first base as the Diamond Hoppers look to get just anything going, as they have been not able to do much against Donnie Murray on the mound to this point.
Figueroa is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out his first time, and then grounded out to the shortstop Brett Belkin his last time.
They still trail by 5 runs. So that's going to be a ball in the dirt. Gomez started to go to second base, but he saw that Allen was able to corral it and had to slide back into first. So 1-0 now to Figueroa. For the first time in this ball game, the Hoppers had a leadoff base hit. He had a leadoff runner on for the first time, I should say. The 1-0 comes in. He's going to foul tip that one in the netting behind home plate. 1-1.
Yeah, the Hoppers on Friday night were leading most of the game, and then a blown save from Carl Bryce, and the Beavers ended up winning that ball game. And then this afternoon, they have ran into Donnie Murray.
Yeah, Donnie Murray's like a wall on the mound. Just something you can't get past.
No.
The 1-1 is going to be fouled in the netting behind home plate. 1-2. The center fielder, Roselli, is playing a little bit shallower than normal and also shading a little bit towards right field. The 1-2 pitch comes in. He's going to ground that one fouled on the first base line. So the count will remain. Figueroa doing a good job protecting the plate here just to stay alive. Donnie Murray has an opportunity to strike out the side here with a 1-2 count. And again, the 1-2. Ooh, that one's going to come inside to Kyle Figueroa, and Allen's going to lose it, but...
He duck out away.
Yeah, at first I thought that might have hit him, but it did not, so the count's going to fall even 2-2.
And while he had duck out away, he had to also pull his bat back. Because
Yeah.
if he didn't, that baseball might have hit that barrel.
The 2-2 comes in. It's going to be a fly ball towards right field. Charging in is Erlinson, but called off by Roselli, who makes the catch. And that's going to do it here in the 7th inning. They get a man on, but strand him at first base, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. We're due up for the Utica Unicorns. It's going to be the center fielder, Tony Roselli. Following him be Tanner Levine and Justin Erlinson. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Hey, it's Matt Derry out here in right field in front of the merchandising tent and the trailer. We're having a blast. Get your USPBL gear right here. We've got 24 different kind of hats. We've got jerseys, pennants, foam figures. This Westside Woolly Mammoths jersey is straight fire. You've got to get these jerseys, these hats, everything out here in right field. And, of course, the merchandising area behind home plate in the grandstand. Check it out.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 8th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dolber with you here, and the call in this Sunday afternoon ball game. Hoppers still trailing the Unicorns 5-0. Roselli up to the plate now.
He's 0 for 3 this afternoon.
Yes, he is, and he made that final put out there in the bottom of the 7th. That was the first put out by a outfielder not named Nico Lolio for the Unicorns in this ball game. So the 1-0 pitch comes in, and that's going to be a strike low, 1-2. Good fastball location there by Michael Stafford. Almost called him Matt Stafford.
Football season's right around the corner, Brian.
It really is, and I've been hearing so much more about Matt Stafford and his contract situation that it's hard to get it out of your head.
Yes, it is.
He's going to drive that one to left field. On the run is going to be Kraft, and he's not going to get there as that one bounces off the wall, and that's going to be a double for Tony Roselli.
Just what he needed this afternoon to turn his ball game around.
So a leadoff double for Tony Roselli is going to put a runner in scoring position for Tanner Levine, and they're starting to extend their lead even further here. In case you're just tuning in, the Unicorns took a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning. Sac fly RBI by Willie Martin and an RBI single from Lolio. Then Sprague scored on a wild pitch. A fielding error by the second baseman. Made it 3-0. Then in the 5th, they tacked on another run, another sac fly by Willie Martin. Then an RBI triple by Connor Reynolds in the 6th inning made it 5-0. And now we have a runner at second base with no outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And that's going to be a chopped foul by Tanner Levine, 0-1, as he looks to get his first RBI.
And first career hit.
With the Utica Unicorns. Leadoff double is a dangerous position for the Hoppers as they continue to struggle offensively in this ball game. They don't want to give up any more runs than they have to, as they have already a pretty big hole to climb out of, 1-1.
Now Levine's 0 for 2 this afternoon. He walked back in the 4th, but struck out his last time up.
Look back to second base is Stafford, and he'll throw in the 1-1 pitch. It'll be a fastball high that's fouled off by Levine, so the count's going to go 1-2.
We had a great weekend of baseball, Brian. Besides Thursday, of course, with Mother Nature.
Well, that wasn't necessarily on us. The weather decided it had other plans for the day. Going to throw it on a second base as Levine pretended to break for third. Stafford said, "Not today, Junior," and threw back. As I can't believe I just said that.
I can't believe you said it either.
So it's a 1-2 count on Tanner Levine with no outs and a runner at second base. Already a 5-0 lead for the Unicorns as they look to tack on a couple more runs. That was a curveball that broke back over the plate. Front doored him with that one and catches Tanner Levine looking for the second strikeout today.
That was a beautiful pitch there from Stafford.
A dangerous pitch, though, also, as Justin Robinson will stand in. If Levine had figured out that was a curveball, he could have crushed that one, as it was a slow curve that ended up in the middle of the strike zone. Granted, it was a little bit inside.
Now, Stafford, that's his 3rd strikeout after coming in relief.
He's done a good job so far, as breaking for third base is Roselli. And it's going to be a fly ball, and it's going to be in there for a base hit, and Roselli's going to have to retreat back to second base. As he broke for third base on the hit and run there, but he thought it was a fly out. Then it dropped in, so then he was caught in no man's land thinking, where do I go? So he just retreated back to second base. And thankfully for the Unicorns, he got back in there safely.
Yeah, that's some great heads-up base running there from him, even though he would like to be over there at third.
But it's now a bloop single for Justin Erlandson into center field, and he's got himself a multi-hit game now.
Yes, he does.
So Connor Reynolds will step in.
He has an RBI triple his last time up.
Yeah, that scored Justin Erlandson from first base, as that's going to be in there for a strike, 0-1.
He also has a multi-hit game as well.
Yeah, a single and a triple.
He has stolen base as well.
The 0-1 pitch is going to be in there for a strike, 0-2. The middle infielders are playing for the double play right now. Stafford's going to see if he can get Reynolds to roll over on one, and double play could end the inning and end the threat as well. 0-2 now on Connor Reynolds. The pitch comes in. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Michael Stafford on the mound as he gets him to chase a fastball outside the zone for his 4th strikeout in his relief appearance. So now with 2 on and 2 out, Chris Allen will come to the plate for his 4th appearance today.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3. He ground out to the second baseman, Cam Stewart, his last time up.
It was actually a weak pop-up to the first baseman,
right.
Esteban Gomez. As the first pitch comes in, and that's going to be a ball low and inside, 1-0. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here for Allen. Another scoring chance for him. As the 1-0 comes in. He's going to sound like he broke his bat on that one, and it's going to be a grounder to the shortstop Castro, who makes an underhand toss to Stewart at second, and that's going to end the inning. So after 7.5 innings, it's the Unicorns 5 and the Hoppers nothing. And we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning where Joe for the Hoppers is Mikowski, Castro, and Stewart. They're down to their final 6 outs in this ball game, and they still need to get that offense going. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the 8th inning. It's going to be Ian Mikowski set to lead things off here, and Donnie Murray out for his 8th inning of work.
Yeah, nothing really going on in the bullpen, but actually there is now, and it's Tom Constan warming up for the Unicorns. But all afternoon, nothing has been brewing because he's been just dominant. Murray has 8 strikeouts this afternoon. Only give up 1 walk, and has only given up 4 hits.
Yeah, his pitch count right now is at 87, as that's going to be a ball outside, 1-0.
And his team is up 5-0.
There's a slight shift on Ian Mikowski. That one's going to be hit towards the center field gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Mikowski hitting that baseball right where he needed to.
There he goes.
He's running second base as that one's all the way to the roll, and he's coming into third base, so a leadoff triple for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, Ian Mikowski.
And he made it with ease, Brian. He was running those bases with speed.
He hit that one against the shift. They had the center fielder Roselli shifted towards left field, left a huge gap in right center field, and he hit it right towards the center of that gap. That rolled all the way to the wall, so a great leadoff triple there by Ian Mikowski as he hits that one against the shift. So that gives Ricky Castro a great chance here to score the Hoppers' first run and get something going here as the Hoppers are down to their final 6 outs in this ballgame.
Yeah, Castro has 12 RBIs this season. The question is, could he make it 13?
Nice curveball there by Donnie Murray that started out outside and broke back over the plate. 0-1.
So far this afternoon, Cash was 1 for 3, had a hit back in the third.
His last time up, he grounded back to the pitcher, Murray. 0-1 pitch comes in. He's going to hit that one right into the glove of Sprague at third base.
He had to jump up and get that one.
Nice leaping grab by him on a blooper to third. So now Cam Stewart will step in with 1 out and a man on third base, and this is where things get dicey for Johnny Murray. He's got Stewart and then Macon up to bat with 1 out and a runner at third base, and if anyone could get that runner home, it's going to be Stewart and Macon.
But here's the thing. Murray's been able to get them this afternoon.
He's done a very good job of that. He's only walked Stewart, and other than that, he struck them both out at least one time. See, first pitch of Stewart is in, and that's going to be swung on and foul tipped. 0-1.
Stewart has 28 RBIs this season for the Hoppers.
Looking to make it 29 here and get them on the board. They trail by 5 runs, losing 5-0. See, 0-1 pitch comes in. He's going to foul that one in the netting behind home plate, and that's going to be 0-2.
Tom Constant continues to get loosened up in the Unicorns bullpen.
The 0-2 pitch comes in, and it's going to be a fastball high. Tried to get Cam Stewart chasing, but he did not bite on the pitch, and count will fall to 1-2 now.
Murray looks to try to get out of this inning without giving up a run and then set up the 9th inning for Tom Constant.
It's a fantastic chance, though, for the Hoppers after a leadoff triple from Ian Mikowski. The 1-2 pitch comes in, and that's going to be down low for a ball. 2-2, count falls even. Cam Stewart doing a good job here of laying off the last couple pitches after chasing a couple bad ones. He swung at a first pitch. Breaking ball in at the hands. See, 2-2 comes in. That's going to be on the outside edge
Beautiful
for a strike. And he's going to ring up Cam Stewart. He doesn't agree with the call. Says that was outside, but nothing you can do. And great job by Donnie Murray. He's now got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning with a runner at third.
That was great location there from Donnie Murray.
So now the league leader in average and home runs will step in.
And that was strikeout number 9 of this afternoon for him. John Macon's 0 for 3 this afternoon.
Murray looking to get himself out of a jam here after giving up a leadoff triple. And preserve the shutout as the first pitch comes in, and that's going to be a ball on the outside. Tried to go with the slider there, 1-0, but it ran outside. The 1-0 pitch comes in. Big rip there. It's going to foul that off the bat of Macon into the glove of Allen and be a 1-1 now as Macon is down there practicing his follow-through. Runner at third base, 2 outs, 1-1 count on Macon. Here's the pitch. He's going to line that one down the third base line. He got a lot on that one, but was just too early.
If only you can just straighten it out. Macon does have 26 RBIs this season. And including 44 hits.
It's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he
Wow.
gets John Macon swinging.
Strikeout number 10.
Donnie Murray is going to strike out the two best batters in the league, in Stewart and Macon, to end the threat after Ian Mikowski hit a leadoff triple to start the inning. So it's still going to be a 5-0 lead for the Unicorns as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Duel for the Unicorns in the top of the 9th is going to be the top of their lineup. Brett Balkin, Dylan Sprague, and Willie Martin. So we'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned.
Got a mask on here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please direct your attention to the video board. Someone has a very important question to ask.
Welcome back, everyone, to the top of the 9th inning. Brian Fisher and Dan Dobler with you here as the Unicorns come to the top of the 9th with a 5-0 lead, and Brett Balkin set to lead things off.
And we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Hoppers, and it is Donald Warner making an appearance on the mound.
Yeah, Warner so far this season has 3.1 innings pitched and an ERA of 2.70. Small sample size, but he's done well in his limited appearances so far.
Yeah, he's only given up 3 hits and 1 run, which was earned, and has 2 strikeouts.
The first pitch to Balkin is going to be a strike 0-1. Good fastball there from Warner. Yeah, Stafford goes 2 innings pitched, Dan, with 2 hits. Strikes out 4, no walks and no runs, so great relief appearance by him.
Yes, it was.
Balkin's going to ground that one towards Cam Stewart. Cam Stewart had a range to his right and made a great play there as he throws across his body to get Balkin, the speedster, at first base.
But let me tell you, the Hoppers have ran into the Murray wall.
Yeah, he is at exactly 100 pitches going into the bottom of the 9th here. Well, it's top of the 9th now, but will be when we go to the bottom of the 9th. He got himself out of a jam there after Ian Mikowski hit a leadoff triple. He got the next 3 batters out, lining out Castro, striking out Stewart and Macon, who are the most dangerous hitters in the league right now. Sprague swings and misses at the first pitch offer, 0-1. And so I think he's earned a chance here in the top of the 9th. They've got a good lead at 5-0. He's at exactly 100 pitches, which is, he's gone 8 innings, so he's done a full day's work. But I think he's earned it. I think they'll let him go out there for the bottom of the 9th and see how he goes. And if it's going smoothly, they'll see if they can get the full game in. 0-2.
And like you're saying, if he doesn't come out tonight, I will kind of be surprised.
So, meanwhile, it's still, I believe, Constant over there in the bullpen warming up for the Unicorns.
Now they have a new guy warming up. I have to check to see who that really is.
It's going to be a strike inside, or a ball inside, 1-2. That off-speed pitch missed. I believe it was a slider.
And it's the right-hander, Andrew Potter, warming up. We've seen Potter on Harry Potter Day at the ballpark.
That was actually his debut with the Unicorns, 2-2.
How a coincidence that was.
I'd like to think that it was slightly planned. As the 2-2 comes in. It's going to be down low for a ball. Count's going to run full now on Sprague after that curveball missed from Don Warner. Three-two pitch going to be inside, and he's going to walk Sprague after getting to a 3-2 count. So now with 1 man on and 1 man out, it's going to be Willie Martin up to bat.
Willie Martin has been very productive this afternoon. Has 2 RBIs, and those were sac flies.
Yeah, so despite being 0 for 2, he's got himself 2 RBIs. He's still looking. He's looking to get his first hit in today's ball game. But he's been hitting the ball hard out to right field with runners in scoring position, getting very productive outs. He's going to swing hard in. His bat's going to go flying out of his hands.
Watch out.
And 0-1.
Luckily, we have the huge netting here at
And
the ballpark.
they're going to get Sprague at first base. Not sure what happened there. I was too entranced with the Willie Martin throwing his bat, but Sprague is somehow out at first base.
I'm kind of wondering why. I didn't even see it happen.
Because next thing I know, I looked over and the first base umpire was signaling out at Sprague, and he was walking back to the dugout. So they must have thrown down and picked him off or caught him in a rundown something as the 0-1 pitch comes in. Swing and a miss there by Martin as he chases a curveball way low in the dirt, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Unicorns do have a 5-0 lead. No men on. As here comes the 0-2 pitch from Warner. It's going to be down low for a ball. 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch comes in. He's going to ground that one towards the third baseman, Achenbach. Achenbach's going to toss down to first and be in time, and that's going to be it for the top of the 9th inning.
Last chance for the Hoppers.
Like you said, Dan, it's going to be last call for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and when we come back, it's going to be the cleanup hitter, Mark Kruger, to lead things off. Following him will be Esteban Gomez and John Kraft. Those are your 4 or 5 hitters in the lineup. 4, 5, 6 hitters in the lineup for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, and they have quite a mountain to climb here as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to the bottom half of the ninth inning. It's the last call for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. If they have quite a pit to climb out of here as they trail by 5 runs coming into the bottom of the ninth.
And we have a new pitcher taking over on the mound for the Unicorns. It is Andrew Potter.
Yeah, he takes over for Donnie Murray, who had an excellent start.
Oh, yes, he did.
8 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, only 1 walk, and striking out 10 batters.
Let me tell you, Brian, the Hoppers ran into the Murray wall this afternoon.
Yeah, Murray was nothing short of phenomenal, and it's going to be up to Andrew Potter now to go the last 3 outs as he faces off against Mark Kruger here.
Now, this is second USPBL career outing.
This is 1-0 on Mark Kruger after that first pitch missed outside.
He made his first outing back on Harry Potter Day here at the ballpark, where his birthday it was.
And it's going to be a pitch inside. Harry Potter's, not Andrews. 2-0 now.
What did I say?
You said it was his birthday, but you didn't clarify whose birthday it was.
Oh, yeah, Harry. It was Harry's birthday. Thank you for correcting me.
No problem. The 2-0 pitch comes in. Be a ball outside, 3-0. He throws hard at 95 miles an hour, but he's struggling hitting the strike zone here to begin this 9th inning. Donnie Murray on the mound was excellent today.
Yes, he was.
He was the Donnie Murray that we all know. Comes in today with an ERA at 3.13, and 8 innings later, he's probably going to drop it down closer to 3 now. As the 3-0 comes in, and that's going to be a ball high, a 4-pitch walk to Mark Kruger to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning for the Hoppers. Now, we've seen the Hoppers make comebacks before.
Yes, we have.
It's going to be Esteban Gomez standing in now. He's got a runner at third base.
Esteban Gomez this afternoon is 2 for 3. Has 2 hits. Both were singles.
And Mark Kruger is running over to Paul Nochi to have a quick meeting.
Looks like a pitch runner.
Definitely is what that is. So after drawing a...
Joe Maroney will be running for him.
So Joe Maroney pinch running now for Mark Kruger here in the bottom of the 9th. He'll be down there at first base. Utica Unicorn setting up for the double play here. It's going to be a ball outside, 1-0 now on Esteban Gomez. Potter still hasn't thrown a strike here. That'll be in there for a strike, however. 1-1. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got a lot of velocity.
Yes, he does. Now, Brian, I'm still kind of surprised not seeing Donnie Murray, even though he was at 100 pitches.
Yeah, his pitch count was finally hitting 100 after 8 innings of work. I thought he deserved to go out there for the bottom of the 9th to at least try to get the 3 outs if he worked quickly.
But
I understand his strike.
better safe than sorry, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I understand his strike zone was getting high, so Jim Essien was going to play it safe. It's not like he had a no-hitter going.
No.
1-2 on Esteban Gomez, although it would have been nice to see him get the complete game shutout. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, it's going to be way inside as Gomez has to kind of move out of the way of that one. Count's going to fall even to 2-2 now. The 2-2 comes in. He's going to drive that one into foul territory, out of play. So it's a 5-0 lead for the Utica Unicorns. It's a man on and nobody out for the Hoppers here in the bottom of the 9th. And a 2-2 count on Gomez as the Hoppers try to start a comeback here.
It's been all Unicorns.
The 2-2 comes in, and that's going to be a strike
Wow.
on the inside corner. Nice slider there
Yes, it
from
was.
Andrew Potter to get Esteban Gomez looking.
Now batting for the Hoppers, the left fielder number 24, John Kraft.
So now John Kraft will step in. He was my pick for player of the game. He is 1 for 3 today.
I went with Nico Lolio this afternoon.
Lolio's definitely got the edge on all of us with that RBI single. And that's going to be a strike on the outside edge, 0-1. Unfortunately, we don't really keep track of
No, we
defensive
do not.
plays in terms of our little scoring.
This is just fun and games here.
Just something makes it
Yeah.
interesting between all of us.
Johnny G got into action this afternoon as well, the PA announcer.
Yeah, he selected John Mankin, who has struck out twice today. See, 0-1 pitch can be fouled in the netting behind home plate, 0-2. Double play here could end the ball game.
But Kraft hope that it doesn't happen. And make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, at this point, the Hoppers are just trying to stay alive as they have one out here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they're trailing by 5 runs. It's not a safe situation as the 0-2 comes in. And, ooh, that one was close, just a tad high. 1-2 now.
Potter really want that called strike.
See, 1-2 comes in, and that's a called strike 3 again.
Wow.
And he catches the second batter in this inning looking.
Beautiful pitch there from Potter.
Now batting for the Eastside Hoppers, the third baseman, number 1. Pitch hitting for Trevor Achenbach. Number 5, Casey Chenoweth.
And we have a pinch hitter for Trevor Achenbach.
Yeah, it's going to be Casey Chenoweth who will come in. Although Chenoweth's walk-up music here will be Achenbach's
Yes.
because
We had to hear it one more time.
apparently. So with 2 outs, the Diamond Hoppers are down to their final out.
Now, Casey Chenoweth hitting .237 this season, has 27 hits, 2 home runs, and 14 RBIs.
So 2 outs with a man on here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Unicorns look to get the final out and seal the deal here after Donnie Murray was dominant for 8 innings. Running for second base is Joe Maroney going for the steal, and the throwdown is not going to be in time as Maroney gets in standing up. And now there's a runner in scoring position for Casey Chenoweth as he looks to keep this team alive. 0-1 as that pitch was in there for a strike. Takes the So 2 outs with a runner on second, 0-1 count on Casey Chenoweth. Oh, 1 pitch. Gonna drop in there for a strike. 0-2. Nice breaking ball there.
Even though he walked the first batter in this inning, Andrew Potter has came back and struck out 2 other batters here.
Gomez and Kraft both looking as well. It was a called third strike. And the Diamond Hoppers are on their final strike here as the 0-2 comes in. Going to foul that one in the netting behind home plate, and it will remain 0-2. Diamond Hoppers are the type of team that don't go down without a fight.
No, they don't.
At this point in the season, there's no clear favorite to win the championship, as every team is within just a couple games of each other. Every team's one game above or below 500.
Yeah, Unicorns
It's the type of competitiveness you
last
like.
season ended up winning it.
The 0-2 pitch comes in. That's going to be a ball outside, 1-2. Again, a 1-2 count on Casey Chenoweth with 2 outs and a man on second here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Hoppers are down to their final strike with Andrew Potter on the mound, trying to close things out for them. Potter agrees on a pitch with Allen. And here comes the 1-2. Potter's going to foul that one behind home plate, out of play. Doing a good job protecting the plate here. Or Chenoweth is going to foul that one off. I apologize.
Chris Allen goes out to Potter just to see which pitch he would want to go with to try to get Chenoweth here. Hoppers are down to their final strike here.
And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him and strikes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And Potter comes into the ninth and strikes out the side after letting up a leadoff walk. So that's going to be it. The Unicorns are going to take down the Hoppers, dominating them today 5-0, and a dominating performance from Donnie Murray. 13 strikeouts. So out of the 27 outs for the Unicorns, the 27 outs they needed to win this game, they struck out 13 of the Hoppers.
It was all Unicorns, and you know, the Hoppers just ran into that Murray wall. Like, I'm going to keep saying that. I just love saying it.
Murray was fantastic today, and we're going to go to a short break, and we're going to tally up our final stats. When we come back, we'll give you a post-game recap. We'll let you know what's coming up on Thursday, and we'll give you our players and pitchers of the game, although I think pitcher of the game is pretty obvious.
Oh, yes, it is.
So, again, the Hoppers fall to the Unicorns 5-0. We'll be back shortly with more. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Brian Fisher and Dan Delber with you here as we go through a post-game recap. It was the Hoppers who took on the Unicorns in today's ball game, and it was the Unicorns who had come out on top 5-0. That was thanks to 5 runs scored by the Unicorns. Obviously, they won 5-0. It was a sac fly RBI that started things off by Willie Martin in the 3rd inning, and that would end up holding as the winning run in that ball game. Right after that, Nico Lolio had an RBI single. Lolio, who had a fantastic day defensively as well, made a lot of outputs in center or left field and a lot of sliding plays as well. After that RBI single from Lolio in the 3rd, Sprague scored on an error by Cam Stewart at second base, making it 3-0. In the 5th inning, it was Willie Martin again with another sac fly to right field, making it 4-0. Then in the 6th inning, it was Connor Reynolds with a RBI triple to make it 5-0, and that's how the score would end up, as the Eastside Diamond Hoppers could not touch the starting pitcher Donnie Murray today. No. He was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he was like a wall this afternoon.
Yeah, he went 8 innings pitched, Dan, with 5 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts.
Jeez.
So every category you look at was absolutely stunning,
yeah,
how well he pitched. And that's just the Donnie Murray we know.
Yes, it is. And, you know, Donnie Murray last season, once again, he had that no-hitter, first no-hitter here in USPBL. The second no-hitter came this season in the rain shortened for Kevin Matthews. But Donnie Murray just outstanding this afternoon. He will go to 4-3 of the season. Unfortunately, Troy DeShazier will go to 2-6.
Troy DeShazier, who you just mentioned, went just 4 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of which were earned, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And again, those walks killed him.
Yes, it did. And you know what? It was just like his last outing. What did he have, like 7?
Yeah, 7 walks.
And this time around, he had
6.
So
he's still struggling with the mechanical issues. If he can if you can cut down on those walks, he'd be such an effective pitcher. He's
Yes,
just got
he
to
would.
work on that control. He's got a lot of potential. We've mentioned that before. He had 2 bump starts this season. That was where he gave up 5 and 7 earned runs. And those have really inflated his ERA. But when his stuff is good, he's really untouchable on the mound. And so let's hope that coming up soon, he can really get that mechanical stuff under control because he's a much better pitcher than what he showed us lately.
Yeah, and now the Hoppers, they just lost back-to-back this weekend. Unfortunately, Friday night, they lost due to a blown save from Carl Bryce. And today, there's nothing from them, offensively.
So again, Donnie Murray was your winning pitcher, and the losing pitcher was Torta Shazer. The Unicorns take down the Hoppers 5-0. Dan, who's your player of the game?
I'm going to have to go with Roy Martin.
Yeah, he went 0 for 2 today, 0 for 3 actually.
But with
And
those 2 sack flies.
Yeah, those 2 sack fly RBIs were a big one, and he had the game-winning RBI as well back in the third. I'm going to go with Connor Reynolds.
All right.
He went 2 for 4 in today's ball game with a triple and an RBI.
I like your pick there.
So that's who I'm going to go with. Who's your pitcher of the game? I think it's pretty obvious.
Donnie Murray.
That's who I'm going to go with as well. Again, his stat line was 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and no earned runs. Andrew Potter had a pretty good game as well, coming in the 9th. He did walk the first batter, then proceeded to strike out the side, getting the next 3 batters. So good game by him as he came in to settle the score, and that's how we ended up where we're at. Dan, what's on the menu for Thursday evening here at Jimmy John's Field?
All right, for Thursday, we have the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers taking on the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, and that game is at 7:05. It is peanut-free night here at the ballpark, and also, of course, Thirsty Thursdays.
It's going to be an interesting day at the ballpark to be sure. Beavers
Yes.
taking on the Hoppers, interdivisional matchup, 7:05 p.m.
And it was a great weekend of baseball, Brian.
Minus Thursday when it rained, but yeah, it was definitely exciting. We had a walk-off, and it was just a good weekend overall.
Yes, it was.
So again, Brian Fisher with Dan Dobler here at Jimmy John's Field. The final score was 5 for the Unicorns and nothing for the Hoppers. And we will be back on Thursday, coming on the air at 6:50 p.m. So please tune in for that. Thank you guys for listening, and tune in again.